T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How is it going? I hope everybody had a great SBC week. We had a ton of fun with all of the streamers that we had today and Monday, all throughout the whole week. Hope everybody is doing great tonight. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up, Jeff? Thank you for dropping by. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And also, what kind of SBC event is this if it isn't complete without Cowboy?
What is going on, Spectre? But I'm sorry, but I have to make this legit. So
Yeah.
Hold on real quick.
Okay.
Cause I'm a cowboy. Oh man. All right, had to throw the hat on. Sorry about that. Guys caught me slipping. But yeah, here I am. I was just tweeting out at the world and I sent the wrong thing to Suave. So let me send him the correct thing. All right, cool. All right, I am game and ready to rock.
Yes, sir. Are you sending the backstage link to Suave?
I did. And I sent it to a bunch of people, told them everyone's invited.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. And I'm trying to get it to actually start. Your thing to start.
Okay. What's up, Squid? How's it going? What's up?
Are you gonna repeat it to him again though? That everyone's invited, guys, to join with us.
Yes, sir. Yeah, everybody is invited to here. Actually, matter of fact, let me do this.
Yeah, man, throw it in there.
Sure. Put this in here.
There we go.
Here is the link, you guys. So anybody want to join in? We do have up to 6 members on here tonight, so I'll put that in pinned message here, so you guys can join in if you'd like. Just to talk about today.
Yeah, Squid, join us, brother.
Yes, sir. We've been wondering when you're gonna show up again for one of our shows, the podcast.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna need you, sir. But yeah, it's been great. What do you think of this week, or just the whole year, really in general for us?
So yeah, so it's a new year, but we can recap a little bit of last year. I mean, personally, man, I think it was pretty cool. I want to say I think to see some new faces this year was pretty cool, like Windstar, the Climax, Ninja Guy X, and John Scars both decided to be a part of this, which is pretty cool. For us to switch gears, I know, some people was a little concerned, like Stadia Pro, because Google themselves started shouting out SBCN, and then we go and cut off the N the next day. But I think we got a lot of good feedback, and I think it was good because we want people to feel more warm and inviting, feel like it's a community. So alone makes me feel happy. A lot of people said, yeah, I kind of felt like, it was like a members only, and it was kind of like that a little bit. It was kind of like, hey, be a part of the network. We were building something, so we wanted people to feel like they were a part of it. But now we're like, dude, tell your grandma to join. We just tweet her out. Doesn't matter when she's streaming. Oh, well, just stream for an hour? No, tell her to do a 2-minute stream.
Speaking of Windstar, what's up? Thank you.
You know what? I was just about to inbox him and tell him that he could join the show. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, Windstar, the link backstage is linked up in the pinned comment. So if you want to join, you're welcome to join. Thank you for subscribing, by the way, as well. Hey, what's up, Holtz? What's up? What's up? You're welcome to join as well, Holtz. Also, what good is it that I asked your opinion without asking for? Yeah.
Jeff the Great. I think I should start calling you Jeff the Great now. I think you were called Jeff the Great in the beginning. Spectre, let's talk about Jeff. When Jeff first came on the scene, he was the darling of the Stadium Bash community. We was like, this guy, Jeff, man, he's so professional. Everybody like him. At the end of his stream, he's like, God, yeah. I will be here next week at the same time. We're like, yo, we love this dude. And about 2 months later, Jeff was like, you're an a-hole. F you. Shut your mouth. I was like, is that the Jeff dude? That dude's a pro.
I just call them as I see them. Don't tell me you're not going to come back and stream. We all know you will. So don't make a big announcement. Don't say, I'm not going to stream again. I'm not going to stream again. Because I will be all over your ass.
I know, Jeff. Save that for next week on the Opinionators, okay? All right. I'm with you, but let's just...
Ryzak is no longer my friend now because of, he got hurt because I sent some tweets.
Dude, he put me in there too. You got me in trouble with Ryzak. That was you.
Yeah, well,
I agree with you.
You know what? If you're see, then you know what? Don't content create. Because you get, people said some bad things about me. I have to reevaluate.
I just want y'all to know, Jeff was like,
you know what? For me. You don't see Courage getting all, somebody said something bad about me. I'm gonna stop. You don't see Courage. You don't see Ninja. Everybody's hating on Ninja. QC, XQC. Everybody hates him.
Okay.
Hi, Spectre.
Hi, Jeff. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. All right.
Living the dream, buddy.
Seriously.
I am living the COVID dream. Living.
Also, Windstar says he cannot join because his baby is asleep now. That's totally understandable.
Hey, listen, we thank you for all your support you put in anyways, man. So thank you.
Sir, yep.
You had a good stream today. I watched a little bit of it, and then I couldn't stay for the whole thing because the food showed up, and I had to deal with my parents and this crap and the others. So
yeah, Windstar is the new shining star in the community, man.
That used to be me one day. Yeah, well, I'll pass the torch to him.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Yep. I'm good with that. Spectre, you have a good Christmas, good holiday? I don't know what you celebrate. I don't know, Ramadan, Kwanzaa. I don't know what you.
Just just plain old Christmas.
I can't see your face, so I have no idea what you. You could have like you could have a turban for all the hell I know. I have no idea what you look like, so I don't know what your. I don't know what pronouns you go by. I don't know what faith you celebrate. I got nothing,
and it doesn't matter, Jeff.
Not really. Not really. Just, whatever. Whatever works for you. So whatever holiday, whatever you did, you celebrated? Steven!
Yes, Holtz did say he loves Jeff personally. Jeff is still on it with Ryzak. I love Jeff's personality. And thanks for the
Windstar, you see nothing. Wait till Thursday.
Yeah, right. Ooh. Listen, your Thursday is gonna be my last Thursday. How I had my whole thing with Eddie.
It's true. It's true.
Listen, I'm waiting for your thumbnail to have you punch a Ryzak in the face.
Fuck, I don't know how to do that kind of shit.
You want me to make it for you?
Oh man, give me more ideas.
I don't know. I don't.
All you gotta do is do a picture with your hand like that, and I'll take the rest.
I don't know how to do that kind of shit. Can I do it in Paint? I do all my graphics in Paint. I make all my thumbnails in Paint. I open up 3 or 4 paints, I crop, and I paste them into another one, and I go save as. Because I'm a noob when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, well.
Spectre, was Santa good to you? I believe Santa sent a personal message to the cowboy. Did he not?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Did he deliver?
Apparently, he didn't send one to you, Spectre.
And my family was very, happy about that message.
Were they?
Yeah. I was like, look, especially Sierra. I was like, look, Sierra, you made the list. He actually remembered your name.
Did I get a name right?
Yeah.
No, because the other night I was just naming off people and I didn't know who that. I know. Every time he turns the camera on his family, there's more people I've never seen before, and he's just throwing out names. And,
Yeah, man, it's a lot of people in this house.
Yeah, apparently. So I don't know. Thanksgiving, he was all showing all these people, and they were like in their pajamas. They were in their pajamas. The hair wasn't done, and they were drinking. And the last thing they wanted to be was on camera.
Hey. But anyway, Jeff, come on. Let's talk about the I'm trying to do something here, but I can't. Let's talk about some games. Talk about the Stadia Bash community. Let's talk about, it's a new year. We're looking forward. Jeff, is there any ideals that you think we should do? Like you, dude, you're like a recruiter, man. You're always inboxing me. Hey, contact this guy. Contact this guy. Look, he got 3 subscribers. You should hit him up. Recruit him to the SBC and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, geez, man. So,
well, if you weren't a noob, you could find these people yourself, but
I'm too busy to do all that.
I know you're too busy making content. I know. You're too busy making content. I thought I didn't get into all the streams. I tried to get into as many as I could, but I thought it was good. The SPC is not dead. Stadia is not dead.
Nope.
And 2020 is we're shutting up the haters.
Woo! Say it again, baby. You said 2020. You meant 2022. No.
What I meant was 2022 as in TOO, because that's all this is. This is what is this? Series 3 of 2020? 2020 round 3?
Which, this guy has also celebrated 2022 ahead of us. So let's welcome the time traveler from the future, Holtz.
Oh, I was saying on a stream this morning, I was like, I'm from the future. I know what's happening in cloud space. And everyone's like, yeah, you're 8 hours ahead of us plus 5. Yeah. I'm like, I am the future. So.
I do like messaging people on New Year's Eve who live in like Australia and stuff. I'll be like, what's happening tomorrow? What's happening tomorrow? What should I be aware of? What's going on tomorrow?
It's not just
has the stock market crashed in the tomorrow? Like,
It's especially the year, isn't it? It's a year difference, so it sounds important.
That's right. I message people. I'm like, I have not talked to you since last year. What the hell?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly it.
What the hell?
And no news. I just have to say, no news dropped. I had no inside knowledge or nothing like that. So I felt left
out. Is Bitcoin still a thing in the future?
Very much.
Yeah.
In the future, is Bitcoin still a thing?
Did the CRO token did it go?
I see all these tokens everywhere. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue about Bitcoin or anything like that. I know that when you see on YouTube, they promote it, and then all people go, I want to invest, and they haven't got a clue how to invest any other day, and then they just lose all the money going, I thought it was a guarantee.
Anthony sunk a ton of money in Melania Trump's NFT.
No, I definitely did not.
So that I do know.
Let me see this. Guys, what do you think about the pro games? I'm looking... Here, I got them. Did you guys get a chance to play any of them? I got to play them all today, and it's pretty cool.
I'm definitely going to jump into Darksiders 3. Anthony, I'm the same as you, mate. I just never finished it, but I was a big, huge Darksiders 1 and 2, so now I've got it here on my Steam.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Darksiders 3 was a game that I was playing I think it was on the Xbox, and then I deleted it to make space. And of course, with cloud, we don't have to make space anymore. So now I feel like I'm definitely going to.
Here's the problem with that also. Darksiders 3 was a game I was playing on xCloud, and they took it off.
Yes,
that's a bad story. That is it. Like 2 years later, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm finally going to get into this. When I had my little the dollar deal, and it was gone.
Well, there's one thing about it. It was the start of last year, and Dragon Quest 11 just came to Stadia, and everyone's like, it's free on Game Pass. And I was like, yeah, but they're going to take it away. And I bought it on Stadia because I knew they're going to take it away. And everyone's like, last month, oh my God, they took the some of the Yakuza series off. I was like, what are you expecting? It's been a year. It can't stay on there forever.
It's only fair. Yeah. That's how their the engine works for that subscription platform, right? They put stuff on, You play it, you like it, and if you don't get to it, whether you didn't beat it, it's gonna leave, and so you could buy it for a discount. So they're still gonna make money, and they're still able to show you a large catalog of games. It's smart, but I do prefer Pro, but that's just me. So, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I said this in my video when I covered the games. I said I think I'm gonna like DreamWorks Dragons. I had a ball playing it the little bit of time I did, and I want to rush back and play that.
I mean, I loved that video when I was watching you. You just came out and said, "I'm a simple gamer, simple games," and you invested in it, and you seem to really be enjoying it.
Yeah. So, and Lena got to play it, and she played a lot more than me. And I was watching her. I try not to watch because I don't like spoilers. And I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be cool." So,
Yeah.
Actually, by the way, Jeff, not to change the subject, is that a Retro Rewind logo in the background? By the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So guys, Darksiders.
Yeah, that's not to interrupt. That's what I wear when I do Retro Rewind, which is a show we do every other Sunday with Ray and SPG.
Nice. I thought the logo looked familiar from the back over there.
So that's that is the shirt I wear when I do that show. Clearly, Cowboy Spectre has never watched the show, did not know that's what I wear, and has never been invited on. So I guess I'm going to have to fix that.
Wait, that is crazy. Spectre's never been on.
I know. Well, we do prefer the face cams. So if he's going to be on,
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's something you're saying.
Yeah, you see, I was there just watching you before, and Jeff popped on. I was like, I was going to turn my camera off, and I was like, oh, Jeff's on. I have to put the camera on.
Yeah, you got to put the
In case I was scared. I was scared just in case he mentioned something.
So, do you know the funniest story about that?
Yeah.
Dude, it's a funny story. Please tell it, Jeff. It's hilarious.
So Cowboy would have all these clowns on from the Xbox and the PlayStation world. And there'd be Anthony's goofy little face and all these little boxes. And I'd be like, I don't know who's talking because there's just boxes. Yes. And he's calling this and I don't know what's going on. So for several weeks, I'd be like in the chat going, I can't watch this. I don't know who's talking. There's just a lot of people. And most of the time they were using the N word. You have to admit, Anthony, that was kind of bad.
I agree. Yeah.
Anyways, so blah, blah, blah. So anyways, so then I come on one week and all of them got their faces. And they're like, oh, look, Jeff's here. Look, we put all our faces on. And I'm like, really? You gave in to the bully? Really? Because I was bullying them for so many weeks about turning their faces on. Yeah. And then they did. And I was like, you gave in to the bully. I have no respect for all of you. I'm leaving.
I was like, wait, what? I thought you wanted them to show your face. You was like, no, they shouldn't give in to me.
They gave in to the bully. You never give in to the bully. I was bullying them. They gave in to the bully. What precedence does that set?
And that's the thing, because remember, Proto was there, and you was like, look, what lesson are you teaching young Proto? I was so shocked. I was like, wait, why are you upset? They listened to you.
They gave in to the bully.
Guys, Shantae's Risky Revenge. Anybody? Any takers on that?
I will play it. I'll play it.
It feels retro, bro. It's up your alley.
Yeah. Darksiders, I never played any of the others, and I am not good at those kind of games. My son, I think I may play the Dragon one because my son dragged me to all those stupid movies when he was little. Okay. So we may play that. But yeah, other than that, the other games.
Well, what about Darkseid Detective? I can see you playing that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love. Okay. I played all the other ones. I played it before it came to Stadia. They had an early access on Steam, and I played it and streamed it right before it came to Stadia, the very first one. And I just never got around to buying the second one. Now I don't have to.
Okay, and then what about Bloodstained?
Yeah, that's not my kind of game.
Okay,
it's hard to tell. It's not my kind of game. So I may fire it up so they get credit for having people playing it. I don't understand it. It's not my kind of game.
Well, they have a character. They tell you when you fire it up, don't use this character.
I heard that on your stream, so I may use that one, especially because I die often. I die early and I die often.
What about
I played the 9 to 5, little beta thing, alpha thing that was there. And I died like within seconds. Like, I'm like, gotta shoot somebody. I'm like,
I can see Jeff. That's why my wife, she's like, I will not play first-person shooters games. I'm just not good at it. Jeff, I mean, Holt,
Steven,
what about any
Steven.
of those games?
Yeah, I'm going to play any of them. Yeah, I'm definitely Darksiders. I mentioned that before, but I can't see myself getting round to the DreamWorks, the Dragon one.
Okay.
Is it How to Train Your Dragon? Is it that
Well,
series?
it's actually just called Dreams. It's just called Dreams Dragons Dawn of the New Rider.
So it's not. Is it DreamWorks? How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, it is DreamWorks.
Yeah,
and
so,
it is How You Train Your Dragons. They just
of course.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see it because it's going to be part of the family library. I've got some nieces and nephews at the age between 5 and 8, and they love playing Stadia. So when they see these games, of course, I'm the person who pays for the Stadia Pro, but their parents are part of my Google family. So every time I add content, they've got access to it on their CCUs and stuff like that. So I know that they're going to love these type of games. So I welcome it. But listen,
it reminds you of an old school Zelda game. That's cool.
I know. I seen someone say that. I was like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" But if more people start talking about it, the more I'll go with it. Then it was Bloodstain. A lot of people were saying it's like Symphony of the Night. It's a spiritual successors of Castlevania. I was like, okay, I might have to try that one out. I know when it came out, I wanted to purchase it, but I just never had the funds. So with it coming to Pro, at least I can try, see how it goes, and then I can start speaking about it.
It feels just like Symphony of the Night. If you was a fan of that, man, it's right in the alley. Then that's what about Shantae? Risky.
I don't know. I don't know what that one is.
It feels like a Nintendo game, a NES game. Not saying it's bad, but it gives you it's that like back in the day. You got jump and attack. That's it.
Wasn't it Darkseid Detective? Wasn't that one as well?
Yeah, that's the one that Jeff said he played before and he would play. Yeah, Darksiders Detective, the newest DLC.
I see. So there's probably 2 of them that I would play out. The rest and one family member. Some family members play the other one, so I think it's a good get for January.
That's cool. What about you, Spectre?
Well, I definitely enjoy Darkseid Detective. So A Fumble in the Dark is something that I'm looking forward to because I really enjoyed the first game.
Did you beat it?
No, I didn't yet. I got stuck. But yeah, I want to play it still. It's really fun. Darksiders 3, maybe I'm excited for it. If I go by whatever that I forgot the name for the other one. It was like the definitive edition. The other game from last year.
Well, the definitive was the game of the year one. It was just called Darksiders 1, 2, and then they brought out and did the War Edition, definitive edition, and this one. So.
Okay.
But this one follows one old horseman. So we had War, Death, and this one is I can't remember. I can't remember the name now.
Oh, Darksiders?
Yeah. What's the sister called? What's the sister horseman called?
Oh yeah. So War. Sorry, I was texting.
Is it Pain?
War was original. No. Hold on, I got you. War was original. Then it was Death, and She is Fury. Or wait.
It is. It is Fury. Yeah.
Pestilence, right? The one we never seen is Pestilence, right?
No, we have actually seen the fourth horseman in Genesis.
Well, okay, all right. I never played Genesis. So it's 2 people in that. What is it? What they brought back? War and then Pestilence. I don't know.
I can't remember his name, but he's got pistols.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then that got to be Pestilence. Yeah, I can't wait to play part 3. I was a huge fan, and I've put this series on hold for so long because once it took me so long to play it, I just didn't want to, spend money on an older game. So now that it's on Pro, I'm super excited. I'll probably start playing it tomorrow, play it to beat it. But so what else, guys? What about man, I'm just excited, man. This is our the last stretch of the SBC first birthday bash. Spectre, dude, it's a year later. It's a year, Spectre. Come on, man.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It feels like it's been longer than that, honestly. It feels like the whole like we started off holidays and then we got all that crazy like competition with Stadia Source and all that, and then the whole network idea. And then we're all back down to here. It felt like a long ride. I feel.
And as a person that's seen it in the community and seen it on Twitter, it does actually feel a lot longer. When Cowboy said it's the first year, I was like, I'm sure these guys have been going on for ages. I mean, I was tuned into Ray and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, it's only been 1 year. Wow. So,
and I'm telling you, like if you were to look at all the stuff going on behind the scenes, we used to have hours and hours of meetings. Like we would call at the end of the day.
Yeah, it used to drive my wife crazy. I'm like, I gotta talk to the guy. She's like, you just talk to them, but it's something new.
Yeah, and the funny part is, Cowboy at one point literally forgot to pick up his daughter from school, and that happened exactly while we were talking.
I would be on the phone with them driving home and get to home and be talking, and my daughter would be like, so you coming? I'd be like, oh.
The funny thing is, when he said that, he's like, yeah, I'm driving my normal route, and I was thinking, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna forget something. Sure enough.
Oh man. Good times, man.
Definitely.
How about it was originally you and me, and then Vet came up with the network idea, and we loved it, but we said we got to get through the first batch, and then we'll create the network ideal, right? And then down the road, Vet was like, dude, we need to bring in Ray, because Ray, he like tweaks out everything, and I was opposed to it at first, because I feel like once you add too many minds, it get muddy. Too many people say, we need to do this, and somebody say, no, we need to do this, and then the third person say, I do this, and I'm like, man. So they was like, Spectre thought it was a good idea, Vet thought it was a good idea. I was like, all right, whatever. And so and it was a great idea. Ray was pretty cool. He was tweeting out all the time, and that was pretty cool to see. We went from 2 people to 3 people to 4 people. That was kind of behind the scenes.
That's how I found you, through Ray. When I see him his Twitter feed, he was always actually saying it and stuff like that. Because I knew Ray when he was on Twitch, or he was trying Facebook, he was trying Google, and when he joined the SBCN, that is when I started thinking, there's familiar faces that I can see now. Because I'm more of a personality guy, so I only tune into certain people that I actually like. It's not about their content. So when I started seeing familiar faces in the SBCN, I was like, oh, okay.
That's why he doesn't watch my streams. That makes sense. That makes total sense, Anthony.
I just put in the stream. I love Jeff's personality, but it's the time. I can't sort of juggle certain stuff. But I remember seeing Cowboys, and then I started seeing Rays and stuff like that. You were always promoting the little creators. I was like, okay, I'll tune in and have a little look. And
well, let's ask you guys about this then, since we're talking about the network. I would like to know what you guys' first thoughts, like when you first discovered it, what were you guys thinking, and up to now. We'll go from Holtz to Jeff.
Well, see, when I actually seen the SBCN and stuff like that, I didn't have a problem with it because it was Stadia focused. My ideology is what you guys were saying. It was a way to get people that was just solely invested into Stadia. But then when I started seeing on the internet, there was a lot of sort of backlash towards it. And then I remember seeing Cowboy saying, well, you go to look for an Xbox, you will look for a PlayStation. This is just the same way how everyone's already looking for. Because we say Stadia, you're all like, oh, you're fragmenting this, you blah, 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 this. But to me, I didn't see any issue. And I was like, oh, wow, I hope these guys all the best. And then when I started seeing all the people that I like, I started going, oof, this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I tuned in to some of your guys' events that I actually had that wasn't restricting me in time, and I thought it was a great idea, and I still actually think it's a great idea. I'm glad that it's sort of evolved, that it's not sort of limited in the network sense, and you feel like that you're more open to people, especially bringing in new creators going forward. So I feel like it's still fresh, it's still coming up with new ideas, it's still evolving. So
Thank you. We did get a lot of backlash. Actually, in fact, when we announced today, the network, the day after, we had one of our guys who were part of the batch.
Yeah.
He just said, "Yeah, this is not a good idea. Like, I don't believe in it."
But you see, Spectre, to me, it's like a Cowboy asked me on a panel a few days ago. He was like, "Well, where did you come from?" And I was like, "Well, I never tuned into Stadia Source. I never tuned in, not because I follow personalities, so I didn't go to Stadia Source, so I didn't see their panel at the round table. I didn't tune in when people were calling themselves Stadia Avengers or the Godfathers, so I never fell into that. I just knew that if a person liked Stadia and he wanted to talk positive about it, I would tune in. So I never fell into all these cliques and hatreds between stuff, but I can understand people going, I wouldn't say threatened and I wouldn't say scared, but doing something new. There was already a community in place where they felt we should be the creators, which to me, I thought like, well, what's wrong with other people coming in now, especially with Stream Direct? Was it Stream Connect? Not Stream Connect.
You're talking about direct streaming?
Direct streaming.
Yeah.
When that came out, I thought to myself, there's more creators coming in now that haven't got the equipment.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, yeah, you've all got these little people. But I thought, well, these could be the future of the Stadia communities. We shouldn't just be pigeonholing them because someone got there day one and got all the equipment and they're the face. Or what we used to think Megatron X was the face of Stadia and stuff like that. She won the first the Games Award and all that. So when I started seeing people bringing in new creators, I thought that's a great idea and I applauded it.
Yeah, honestly, that's our main thing. Like, we don't care, if people say like, oh, you got none of the big guys. Our thing is mainly the little guys, man. We're a bunch of little guys, and we want to see people like, look at Alex. CGX came to him and said, dude, we want you to stream for us. And that's cool. But guess what? He got noticed from streaming, being part of the group, part of the network.
But you see, I understand, but when I first saw Cowboy, I was like, wow, my God, he's just like a personality that you see in the wrestling. And I thought to myself, oh, he's just loud. But I understand he has to be that kind of personality to break what's already there. And then when you get to know Cowboy, you're like, he's so laid back, so knowledgeable. But that's just like the showmanship of like pushing certain stuff. And like he was explaining the other day in the stream, people have shots at other communities, I'll say sub-communities. Right. And in the end, you have to give it back to get noticed or to sort of represent a group. Because I didn't believe there was cliques or sub-communities. But then when I'm starting to see on Twitter, it looks like there actually is groups of people.
Well, I see it all the time. I see, this is a shame, but I see all the time people say like, oh, he's part of Duncan's clique. And like people will categorize people, oh, he's part of the CGX clique. So there really are cliques. Like I said to Doc Dark, I said the Cloud Gaming Wars. So he's the Xbox guy. He's laughed. Like, what? The Clouds got wars? I was like, yeah, there are people who, it's mainly everybody against Stadia. But because I really don't feel like there's a GFN community. It's starting to feel bigger, but it just feels like, to me, it doesn't feel like there's a legit GFN community. It just feels like there's a legit Stadia community and there's everybody who's playing.
No, I think I disagree. If you follow the right hashtags, which I know you don't, because you do everything from your phone, you don't know what a hashtag is, and you don't know how to schedule tweets, and you don't know how to use Gmail, and I know there's so many gaps in your knowledge. But if you follow the correct hashtags, yes, I think there is. There is GFN partners, there's GFN something or another that I see. So yeah, I think if you follow the right hashtags, you could find a whole bunch of people streaming.
But someone brought me up a few weeks back on Twitter and they said, oh, don't listen to Holtz, he's a Stadia fanboy. And I was like, well, no, I speak highly of Stadia, but I'm not a fanboy in any sense in any service. I've got loads of services. And then a lot of people that I knew came in saying, no, if you tune in to see Holtz's opinion when he's on certain shows, he'll tell you how his opinion is each week. But when that person went, oh, I didn't know, it was like, okay, well, if you didn't know what I'm saying each week, because you're not tuning in or whatever, how did you just label me as that kind of gamer? And there's nothing wrong with being a Stadia gamer. I'm just trying to say, in people's mindsets, they're already putting labels on everyone.
You know what? And that's happened to me. Remember, I had that one stream for like an hour and a half. They was arguing with me. You're the Stadia guy. You're the Stadia guy. Stadia is your brand. Like, no, it's not. And I'm arguing, but I get it. If you watch a bunch of my streams or a bunch of my content, a lot of it is about Stadia. And I said, it's my preferred platform. But I just didn't want them trying to make it like my channel was only Stadia. My brand is a Now Your Mama Knows, not Stadia. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. But you're
the ShamWow guy of Stadia. Just admit it.
I embrace my inner Stadia now. It's all good.
But you see, I've never seen I never changed Holtz, never changed that S, which is Steve, and my name, but I never changed it to Holtz Stadia. I never changed it. So
Yeah.
I felt all the people that had the Stadia name, they were trying to be new in the community. They were trying to be recognized. And Google did reach out and start saying community member of the week and stuff like that. They did do stuff like that. And then I feel when they didn't get the love off Google, then they started turning on the platform and turning on the community. When I was like, well, I never done nothing to the community. I felt, well, you did by changing it, by you dragging it through the mud. You might not, if you hear yourself, you actually are you're belittling the platform, even though you just said it runs smooth, it runs great, it had the games at the time. And so I feel like when people were starting to say, well, hey, we're going to do Stadia focused content on the Stadia Bash Community Network, I thought that was a good way, because there was too many people I thought was taking a dump on the creators and the community and the service. So I thought it was nice that people got together to start saying, hey, enough's enough, that we need to.
And then
there's still people who are hating.
Yeah, but listen, so I want to say this real quick. If we go back, this is the 1 week anniversary. When SGNN closed, that was in February, and then that's when a lot of people start disassociating themselves with Stadia. We was already doing the Bash and Stadia stuff before that, so it's not like we said, hey, let's counter that. Now, I started when I seen people disassociating themselves, I specifically start saying and putting the hashtag or 100% Stadia committed. And remember, I was doing that way before Stadia 100. When Stadia 100 was formed, and remember, there were 6 people who, when not everybody noticed, but 6 people started Stadia 100, right? And I was one of them. I was there because I asked to be a part of it, right? And hey, you're with the SBCN, you're vocal. Would you want to be a part of it? When they mentioned it, I was in my head like, I already say Stadia 100% Stadia committed. It's like the same thing. I don't really, I was like, I already do that. So, some people felt like, and not to bring it up, but in Eddie's thing, he felt like the Stadia specific people were the problem. But I'm like Host was saying, Stadia was the more popular thing. People was already loving Stadia or interested or liking Stadia. So I feel like the people who you just said was like, oh, I'm taking a dump on Stadia now, forget Stadia. It's like, dude, I liked it from the beginning. You're the one that stopped liking it and started talking about it. And I told somebody this earlier, is that here's what I see is a bunch of people like Stadia, and then a lot of people stopped liking Stadia. And Stadia started getting a lot of backlash. I feel like it's the people who still like Stadia who was like, dude, we don't even talk bad about the other platforms until they start talking bad about us. It's like we're just defending ourselves, and then we get hypersensitive because it's like everybody's saying this sucks. When Stadia first came out, the big media outlets, everybody said Stadia sucks. So we had to fight to say it don't suck. It does play good. All my friends was like, it's trash, it's terrible. I said, none of you played it. I did. Play it for yourself. No, I watched a big YouTuber. If he said it suck, it gotta suck. So then
I was just saying this before to Ace. He brought up Greg Miller from Kind of Funny Games. He's from IGN. I've not watched the Kind of Funny Games for years, but I remember when Stadia came out, they all said cloud's not the way to go forward. It's crap. It's this, and I was seeing people play Stadia with the proper infrastructure, the proper the low bandwidth performance, and it ran amazing. Because their narrative, because they get donations and they've got their people and they've got the messaging sponsorships, they can't say it. And now, if you tune in now to Kind of Funny, now they're going, Luna's the best thing ever. But it's like, well, how is Luna running great? But then you admitted that Stadia wasn't. And I'm like, it does run great. We've seen video, but I think because behind the scenes, a lot of people have changed their opinion about Stadia, because Stadia's not giving away free CD keys. They're not giving gifts away. They're not giving that. So I think people are like, well, it's not them as gamers. It's not them as gamers. It's them as creators saying, well, my time should be reflected by you giving me something. So when they actually don't get the gift cards and the keys, then they start saying, well, Stadia's crap. I have a preference, but it's... And I feel like they should have just kept quiet a little bit and sort of just moved on to them gaming services than actually going, Stadia's crap because I'm not supporting.
To be honest, and I don't know how many people know this, in early days, I was with Stadia Source. Early days. And GFN was really behind the scenes trying to get people to play GFN. They was offering stuff that Stadia wasn't offering because people felt like, well, Stadia's not giving out T-shirts and water bottles, and GFN was hard. Like, listen, do content for us. We'll promote you. We'll do this and that, and that's fine. All I'm saying is, if your audience was used to you doing Stadia content and they liked it, and all of a sudden now you want to change the name and add stuff,
Yes.
that's fine. But don't get mad because people are people. If I'm watching WWE every Monday and Friday, and all of a sudden they say, you know what, we want to start making half of it AWE. I don't watch AWE, and I'm a paying customer, so to speak. I'm watching you, so I could get mad and throw pitchforks and whatever. Then you, as the business, have to take it on the chin. Don't get mad and be like, you know what, we upset our audience, and either we're gonna backtrack or we're just gonna be like, all right, well, too bad.
So Holtz is right. It has been, and it still has to be an education. The number of times this summer that I was out of town and I would be playing somewhere not convenient. What I mean by that is I was going to do a show from the waterfront. I was from the waterfront. Unfortunately, a big storm moved in and started piss pouring rain. So I had to pack up and go back to my hotel. Remember that, Anthony, in the summer? Right? Yeah. But I actually played Avengers with him. I was sitting in a parking lot. I had my laptop in the back of my car. I had a hatchbacky type thing at the time. And this family walked by with a couple of teenage boys and teenage girls and whatever. And of course they see me with a controller and they see me playing and they're like, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm playing Marvel Avengers with some friends online. And they're like, well, how are you doing that? And I said, I'm using Stadia. And they're like, well, Stadia sucks. And I said, yeah, you're probably right. Sure. But I'm sitting here, I'm in the back of my car, in the middle of nowhere. Okay. I'm using 4G. And they're looking at my screen and they're like, well, that's pretty smooth. Well, that's pretty good. Right. And again, they like you said, they watched a YouTuber or they read something that said Stadia sucks. So that's all they knew is that Stadia sucks because they'd never seen anybody playing it. Right. I did a stream from a store, from a gaming, board gaming store. Yeah. Right. None of them had ever seen it, but they all watched me play all day, for a couple hours when I did my show. And
there was two people that I thought was bad. It was IGN when they said that Stadia is crap, but then he came out and said, "Oh yeah, we're in a big business with loads of computers, and we haven't configured our network." And then there was another type of company. It was a big, huge company. They still are big, and they compare consoles and games. And they came out and they done it and said, "Oh yeah, Stadia's crap, blah 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 blah." And then a few weeks later, because people were saying, "No, you didn't. You just admitted you haven't configured it right." They came back and went, "Oh yeah, it was our network. We just didn't configure it right." And everyone was like, "How are you gaming experts if you didn't know you should configure?" Or it's like me saying, "Oh, the PlayStation 5's crap because I didn't use the right HDMI cable."
Right.
But they don't say that. So when they went, I felt like day one from Stadia, a lot of people said it was crap because they didn't know. And I think a lot of these people, they're not even gamers at heart. I think what they do is they get a code or they get a piece of hardware, they review it for 20 minutes or an hour, and then they go, okay, that's my content, I'm moving on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But that messaging to the world is that this service is crap. And if you just done the job properly, they would have found out that yes, it can.
They don't
go
have
great.
time. They've got deadlines. They got to get the shit out. It's all about content, right?
It can go great.
That's why Cowboy's putting out 17 blogs a day. It's all about just bombarding the airwaves with content.
And there's nothing wrong with saying if you've got peak performance, this is what it looks like. If you've got lower bandwidth, it looks like this. And if you're on the minimal, because in the end, it's like when you go to PC gaming, they go minimal specs, average specs, high performance specs.
Right.
And they categorize a game like that. But I feel a lot of people go, they love the narrative of having the high specs to boast a game. But then if you said to Stadia, well, I've got this all set up, it runs flawless, and everyone's going, they're picking holes at it. So you have to say it runs on 4G, it runs on multiple devices, and it runs at a low bandwidth. And it's only got better over time. But I think these people who were on YouTube, they ran with the narrative that they made through their tests. They didn't want to clarify, and they destroyed the name straight away.
Yeah, and you also got to think, the negative narrative is, man, dude, put out a video that says Stadia sucks and put out a video that says Stadia is great. You just look at the views and see which one's going to get more. And
Yeah.
people was riding that wave. They was like,
Yeah.
oh man, I made a video saying Stadia sucks. I got so many views. I mean,
So when Cyberpunk came out, everybody had issues with it. Everybody. Streamers, whatever. And I would pop into some streams and I'd be like, oh, I played on Stadia. Like, yeah, Stadia sucks. Except it plays this game pretty good. Yeah, this is the only place you can play this game well. Because it doesn't do this, it doesn't, but it plays well on Stadia. But it sucks! But yeah, you're right, it plays this game well.
I can't stand people that they go, like, for example, oh, Stadia's got crap games. I would never play Tomb Raider, Rise, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I wouldn't play it. It's crap. It's old. And then when they come to PlayStation Plus or they come free on Epic, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm glad it claimed Tomb Raider." I'm like,
people went crazy about it being on Epic recently. I seen in my Discord, Frodo was like, "Oh, make sure you go and claim Tomb Raider. They got all of them on Epic." And I'm like, "Oh, people like Tomb Raider now."
but you have to look like that. When they were on the Stadia Pro, it was a big, huge thing. And then you look at Stadia's sales. Tomb Raider's always at a great price if you missed the Pro deal. And then I thought everyone's like, oh, now it's important. And now these games now, 2 of them are not even on GeForce now. And I bet you next week when it drops, everyone was like, oh my God, Tomb Raider's the best thing to have on a service. And I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Poor Stadia had it 2 years ago, and now we're all talking about this game. So
Gaming, man. Gaming is a fun thing, man.
But you know what? Everyone says that the Stadia community is toxic. Every community has its, like I came out of the Madden community. Stadia is nowhere near as toxic as the Madden community. The Madden gaming community is hugely toxic.
I hate the word toxic because in the end, I think people only use the word toxic when they're offended. And it was like last year ago, I seen the YouTube creators of Stadia say, oh, do you know what? Facebook stadiums and Reddit stadiums are so toxic. And I was like, why are they toxic? It's because the creators was going, oh yeah, but a lot of these people in the community didn't know who these people were to be toxic or vocal. It was like, you've only got 100, 200 people. You just saying people being toxic because they disagree with your opinion. Your opinion isn't the word of God, for example. So in the end, just say it's a disagreement. Don't use the word toxic. And everyone's blown that word toxic like it's the worst thing ever to be. So Kyle, I disagree. Toxic. And
Right.
People should just dial it back a little bit and just accept that we all got different opinions and preferences, and we don't always have to say, if no one agrees with me, the label toxic.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like toxic should be reserved for something really, really bad. Number one, or is the Cowboy fan at an Eagles game saying, shut the F up, we want the Cowboys to win? Are they toxic?
Yes, we are.
That's just business as usual.
Yes.
I don't know.
Jeff made me laugh the other day because he was speaking about football. He was speaking about a team, and I was speaking to my twin a few weeks back, and I don't really follow football, and I was going, do you have to speak like that? And he went, hey, don't have a go at me. Everyone speaks like that in the sports community, everyone, and it is acceptable. You don't go to a football ground and go to everyone calm down, stop being hyped, stop swearing. He went, it's part of the sport.
Just check Twitter on a Sunday and how many fights break out, how many fights there are. Now, granted, they're mostly Eagles, because the Eagles suck. And it's mostly Eagles fans. So again, it's mostly Eagles fans that caused the disruption. I was going to say that. You can leave that right there.
Also, just to catch up on the comments a little bit, we got Climax. What's up, everyone? What's up?
Suave, who spelled his name finally correctly.
Hello.
Hello, all, as well from Chris. How's it going, buddy? Thank you. Chris. You did say that game will never be perfect. It's super buggy, lol. That is in reference to that Cyberpunk earlier that we were talking about. Jim Leon is here. What's up? Saying the pool had this morning was toxic. Which,
Okay, I don't know.
I think G Mills, if you're going into a toxic pool, I think that's probably I think that's probably more biohazard than a pool.
Well,
I guess you should have put pool in quotes then.
Are you sure
if you're swimming around in a biohazard waste?
Make sure it's not a cesspool, but
Hey, listen, and Harley Quinn and the Joker fell in a toxic waste pool, and they were just fine. So.
And Chris says, yeah, like child predators. I'm not sure what he was referring to. I might have missed that.
Yeah, we're just probably a little late, so.
Yeah. Oh, he said he meant poo. The poo he had this morning.
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. That makes a
yeah.
lot more sense.
Definitely. Yeah, you don't want to catch
And
an
it's
E.
also
coli.
way too much information.
It's like what they say in superhero movies. You better be careful where you're walking and what you fall into. One little thing, you fall into it, and that's it. You got powers. You're a supervillain.
Yep.
Did you ever seen the Jamie Foxx Netflix movie? I think it was called Power. What was it called? But when you could take a pill, and when you take a pill, you get superpowers for 5 minutes, but you don't know what power you're gonna get. It was interesting. It could have been better, but it's a really cool concept. And then people was like selling the pills like it was like drugs. You meet somebody like, yo, what you got? Yo, here you go. And but you didn't know. And there were some people that would just spontaneously combust. That was their power. They died.
There's a UK TV series years ago called Misfits, and it was just young misfits that were doing like juvie and community service, and they had superpowers, but they had the most useless superpowers. But when like zombie cheerleaders came over or something daft, the power like saved the day, but no one knew because they were all just delinquents. But it was so funny because you think, oh, that's a shit power, that. But then when you see it get used to, you start loving it more, because we all think, don't we, super speed, super slim, flight is the most amazing power to have. But this season went on for years, and the comedy gold. So.
Sorry, I'm arguing about wrestling because people like to ruin stuff for me, and I love to be surprised. And I got literally 2 people. I need to just turn my. And you know what? Let me vent a little bit. So because I'm doing this event, I'm missing wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And so people are telling me stuff, and I'm like, yo, I'm like the biggest wrestling fan they know. Why would you think I want to know? Oh, I just thought you would want to know. No, mother effer, why would I want to know?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I was scrolling through YouTube last week, and 5 of my TV shows got ruined because the content creators put it in the tagline. And I just went in the heading. I said, that's cruel. I wasn't even clicking on your content, and you've just went, blah, 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 Spider-Man. And I was like, oh, that's cruel. And you just see people all in chat, and he's like, why did you do that? I think it's terrible. So I think people shouldn't be dropping these spoilers and stuff like that.
Or there's like video clips that people film in theaters, and it's like, oh, this what happens in the movie, and I'm like, no, I just happened to scroll on it.
It's like how you take it's illegal to start taking footage, and you just went.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. Like take the new Spider-Man. How did you get footage of that scene? Why isn't your content being pulled down and you've been flagged up for illegal?
It's true. New rock stars, they're always doing behind the scenes, and they're always doing. They're doing, they're the next day they're doing. Here is 74 things that you missed in the Marvel when the word Marvel Studios came up.
Yeah, but
and they're watching. So they got the actual. So they obviously work with the studios to. I guess when you're that big, I guess or they're owned by the studios
or you get the screeners. Some people. So what I used to.
Yeah, you get screeners or something. Yeah. Yes.
So, but it's just I don't know. It drives me crazy. I feel like. I don't even know, like, why tell me? Like, tell me tomorrow or something. Or say, hey, did you hear the news? Or do you want to know the news? And that's 2 people. Well, like, dude.
People always be, why are you up late? Why are you up late? You have to get up early in the morning and stuff like that. Why are you up late? And I said, since Game of Thrones came out, I was sick to death of getting on a bus or something like that to work. And someone went, oh, do you see what happened to Game of Thrones? And he spoiled it instantly. Right. So I realized I have to watch all my American TV shows like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and then go to bed. Because if I wake up in the morning and I'm going to work and someone spoils it for me, I am angry.
Yeah, but see, you know what? I turn off Twitter. I turn off things. If I've missed a Cowboy game, not that I ever miss a Cowboy game, but if for some reason I'm behind,
what's up?
If I'm behind on the game because I've had to pause it for whatever reason or whatever, then I stop looking because I don't want to look and go, oh crap, Jeff, we scored a touchdown, but we haven't gotten to there yet.
I can totally understand on social media. I'm talking about like walking down the shops and someone goes, did you watch that?
No, it's like this.
We have a pandemic going on here in Canada, and so therefore we don't go out. We don't leave our houses.
Yeah,
well, it's like somebody texting me. Like, dude, I just wrote my friend back, said, yo, I'm just about to start turning my phone off the day of a pay-per-view until I watch it. I remember my brother used to do that to me. Like, I remember when Seth Rollins was out and he came back, and I'm a big fan. So it would have been the greatest surprise to watch it live, and he came back, but I didn't get to watch it live. I was going to watch it back, and he was like, "Bro, that was awesome." I was like, "What the
But
Wait, what wrestling is this?
WWE?"
Oh, do you want the script?
No,
I can get you the script, and I can send you the script. And
doesn't seem like I would want the script, Jeff.
But you see, when I was in school, in secondary school, when I used to go to my friend's hair, Miss SummerSlam or something, my friend used to give me the tape, and he never said fast forward it to this scene. That's when happened. It goes for the cage. He just used to give me the VHS and go, "We'll speak about it later time." No, who does that? Who goes, "Oh, Cowboy is this," and you spoil it straight away? It's like, use mean, using our friends, using our people. That
dude, come on, man. Because he's like, well, everybody knew it was all over. I avoid, like, even with my daughter. So here's how funny it is. That Dream Dragon game, right? A pro game. It's a kid's game. I liked it. So when my daughter was playing, she's like, "Oh, you can shoot ice." I'm sitting there like, "Oh my God, she's playing and I can hear her." I don't want that to be ruined. I like to get stuff for myself. I love surprises. I love to be like, "Oh, snap." Like I don't like when somebody tell me something. And I don't like when movies, when movies make a trailer and they put that's why I don't like the trailers that get closer to the movie. Before the movie come out, it's like, this looks like a good movie. The trailer the week before the movie, they're gonna show so much. It's like, man, and then the trailers after the movie, oh man, they just.
But my dad's 69 and his oldest son is 50, and they're still in that mentality that they come back. Well, his son comes back from work, my brother, and he'll watch like sports recap at 10 o'clock. That's when he can kick his feet up, and he's always been doing it for decades. That's how he recaps it because he's missed the match. But he goes, "Why do people want to spoil it for me?" He goes, "I'm in that mindset that I want to tune in match of the day, for example, or something." And he knows he can go on the internet and see the score, but he'd rather watch highlights and be amazed by that. That was a little snippet. So we're stuck in our own ways, aren't we?
I knew something bad was going to happen because a friend of mine called me, and I know the pay-per-view was going on, so I didn't answer, right? And he got autism, so that's why I had to avoid. I know he probably just didn't really. He's just going to be like, "Guess what happened?" Right? So I didn't answer the phone. Then when my one friend texts me and I read, it starts off, and he never spoils anything. It starts off, "Hey, are you watching the pay-per-view?" So I was like, "Oh, I didn't invite him over because I was doing this thing today." Because Sandy said, "Hey, you're gonna invite him over?" I said, "No, because we're gonna be doing, Stadia stuff all day, so we'll just have to watch the pay-per-view later, right?" Effing SBC ruined me, man.
I'll send you the script. That way you can read up and you can know.
There you go. Look, here we go. The Cowboys quitting now. While he's on Twitter, look, SBC. They were never my real wrestling fans.
That's right. Listen. I hate the SBC. They ruin wrestling for me. I can't stand them. I'm gonna get the 30-80.
Stadia's never had WWE.
Vet and Ray like the AEW. I don't know what either of them are, so
we're good for them.
He said WWE is garbage.
They're like the new company that is out now.
I was just watching Stone Cold Steve Austin do an interview, and he was talking about like terminology, and he was saying receipts, and he went, "If someone used to come on you really hard and hit you really hard the wrong way, you actually have to give them a receipt to say, boom, back off." I think that's what the Cowboy does with the community. You give me a whack.
I do. I'm not gonna lie. My one friend, he was like, "I didn't know why you even gave that guy energy." First of all, I didn't just wake up one day and say I'm starting trouble. I was minding my business. And Jeff said, "Yo, did you see this?" And I'm like, "See what? Did you see it?" I said, "See what? Tell me." No. So I go look. I'm like, "What?" So what do you think I'm gonna do? So again, I don't start trouble. I don't like to act. I like to react. Just saying. So I was getting those receipts, as Hope said.
Shout out to Crow. What's up?
Crow?
Crows in the building?
Crow should come on.
Yeah, Crow. Crow, there is the link line up here. I put on the pin comment. You're welcome to join. We got 2 more spots left.
But I feel like the more people grow, the more you're going to get dislikes. So I think it comes with the turf, doesn't it? Not everyone has to agree with it, but it does show that you're growing. And these people that put dislikes and comments, you're actually helping the algorithm. So
I know.
By all means,
I know.
Hey, let me. I know you guys may have heard the story. Maybe host didn't. Funny story. I'll keep it short. So I made a video called "Dog Eats White Ferret," right? And I didn't know it was such thing called clickbait. I didn't know. I'm young at the YouTube thing at the time, right? So my wife had a ferret at the time, and white ferret, obviously, and my dog, she let them play. And my dog is just territorial. She hates she bark at people that ride a bike by the house, right? So in the video, my wife's trying to let them play, and the dog's getting really aggressive. And so she grabs the ferret at one point and was like, "Stop!" And the dog jumps at it like it's a toy. And I'm standing there recording, like, "Oh my God!" So anyway, I put the video out, and months go by. I don't know. I'm new to kind of like paying attention to YouTube and I'm like, "Oh, what are these?" I'm getting all these notifications, right? Dude, I had no clue. I go look at my video. My video had like 4,000 views. And all these comments, people like, "This stupid dumb bee, she's playing with the ferret," and everybody was just bashing my wife. And I'm like, look at these views just going up. So I showed my wife, I was like, "Look at this." She's like, "Delete all of them." I said, "Delete them? Hell no. Then people, if I delete their comments, they'll stop commenting." And I left it. And that video was one of my first videos that got so many views because it was so toxic. People was just bashing my wife. And she was upset, but I realized, oh man, these people they love anarchy and chaos. Like I'm telling you, on Thursday when we did the opinion meters, right? So I'm not stupid. I did a little video talking trash. I put the thumbnail, me kicking him in the face, right? It was like 5 people watching. All of a sudden, 10 people watching. My friend said to me, "Tay," said, "Dude, that video did the other day had like 30-something people watching." I said, "Yeah, because the thumbnail had me kicking somebody in the face." People love anarchy and chaos. The heck is that? You got somebody tied in your basement?
You see what it is?
Make it big on the screen, Spectre.
Wait, oops, sorry. Oh wait.
Hey, ooh.
Oh, it's a ferret.
They're white albino ferrets I used to have, or white albino ferret I used to have.
No, like in sports events when the camera goes to the crowd and you realise you're on the big screen.
Climax, you could jump in if you like, man. I know you
He
like
says,
running your mouth.
says he doesn't have anything to say at the moment. Also, Climax. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
No, sorry, guys.
Oh no, I was just gonna mention that Climax says he just doesn't like surprises, although he doesn't mind spoilers.
There was a golden retriever breeder that I actually love on YouTube, and they've been there for years, just breeding these like adorable, cute little puppies and all. And they do like a little test where they give like the animals like citrus and broccoli, and they went to a vet to explain. Said, "Is it a problem me giving this stuff to the dog?" Like, no, just give it in small doses, and it'll help with the circulation and certain stuff. But people in chat are like, "You dumb cow! You shouldn't be giving broccoli to a dog. You dumb cow, you shouldn't be giving strawberries." And she actually said, "I'm not hating me dogs. I'm not abusing me dogs. It's part of their diet." And the vet said it's all right, but it's just people have to think they know that their opinion means more than anyone else. And then once you've got a stream, people start going, "No, you shut up. No, you shut up. You shut up." And then you realise you've got hundreds of frigging comments. Just attacking each other.
It's great for the algorithm. I watch Dark stuff. He'll put up a video and I'll get a chance to check it out like a couple hours later. 1, he'll have like 1,000 views. I'm like, this is impressive. 2, it'll be like 130-something comments. I'm like, God damn. And it's just everybody's, "Oh, you stupid. Oh, I'm not a pony." And I'm just like, man, you know.
But it's all the terminology, you know, your Sony pony, your ex-boner, your this. It's part of the culture where they've all done. What's the worst term you've been used to attack Stadia? Is there any bad words apart from a Stadia fan?
No, a Stadia stan is what they
so
said.
Stadia stan, yeah.
Yeah, so they call me a Stadia stan. I think that's their little term for Stadia, like Stadia fanboys, Stadia stan.
Gotta have that alliteration.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
the Stadia ShamWow stand.
Oh, maybe that. There you go. The guy kept saying,
so next time,
gotta get the ShamWow in there. Although that might be too...
on SBC 2022, Stadia stand super setty.
Yeah, right.
Someone should make it actually like a persona and be Stadia stan.
You know what's funny though? Is one of the guys, I haven't talked to him in a long time, right? He used to come on the Wednesday show when it was PlayStation Xbox guys, and he was going on and on like, "Oh, you know, you're the Stadia guy. I was like, "No, I'm not." So recently, I haven't talked to him in a long time. So he wrote me and said, "Oh, I thought you was a Stadia guy. Now you call yourself Stadia Cowboy." I said, "Dude, I'm just embracing what you guys said. Just saying."
Well, since we guys were talking about earlier about pets, we don't want to show it until it's too late. But I just want to show some of my pets here.
Hey, Crow, don't worry about coming on and not having anything to say. We never have anything to say, and we still come on.
Yeah, this is one of my pets, my collection.
Oh wow, you got tarantula.
Yep, and here is one of my main guys. Here we go. Snake.
Ooh.
I do have I was interested in getting a scorpion someday, but yeah.
Oh wow, what is this? You could probably where you live at. You could go catch a scorpion outside, right?
Yeah, pretty much. There used to be a house that I used to live. It was like up further by the mountainside, and my neighbors would used to say, "Oh, watch out for scorpions." Because apparently there's scorpions in the garage all the time.
So Spectre, I've just sent you something on DMs. It's my brother's dog for Christmas, but it's totally cute. So if you're showing pets,
were you sliding into his DMs?
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Steven sliding into Spectre's DMs.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
So
I saw it. That is a cute outfit.
Now, I want to say something to you. You gotta watch my recent vlog.
I was just watching Cowboy. Your Twitter threw me off. I was just watching it then. I was just watching you do the bicycle kicks and you're doing all the ab workouts. I'm like, I've done them before. And I was watching it. And then your Twitter came on saying, "Oh, I'm going to be joining Spectre." I was like, "Oh, God, he's live. I'll pop on that." So let's say about halfway through. So that's your own fault. So,
we was talking about working out. So I said, I woke up today. I didn't make it to the gym, but I said, you know what? I'm going to make this video. And I can't wait for host to see it because I'm starting at host. All right. Next video, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, the PX9s and stuff like that. I'll be like in Mike Seeker class going, "Do you know what, Cowboy? Here's how I do it. Next, I challenge Mr. Urban World and Suave." Come on.
There you go.
That'd be cool.
Everyone would be, and Jeff in a Speedo should be renaming it to the Sexy Bash now. The Sexy Bash.
Yeah, Sexy Bash. Hey, hold on. How about this? We were close to changing the name to Stadia Hype Community Network. Remember that, Spectre? I actually had somebody write it up just to see what it would look like. When we changed the logo and had it yellow, we had Raging Jacob do it. I had him do a Stadia Hype Community Network because people were saying they didn't like the bash. "Oh, you guys hate Stadia? You guys are bashing on Stadia?" I'm like, "What? No, you know what a bash is, right? Like a birthday bash." "Oh, I thought you hated, you didn't like Stadia."
Yeah, we would get like really just unintelligent comments of just "Oh wow, you bashing them, LOL," like as if it's supposed to be funny. Which
I'm like, dude, if you watch 1 second of the video, you'd have been like, "Oh, they're for Stadia."
Yeah, and it's just it's just something we kept the bash name just because it was.
See, that's actually funny, isn't it? Because people on Twitter, Stadia bashing, they're bashing it 100% because they're 100% bashing Stadia. Oh my God,
100% bashing Stadia. Oh man, dude, I could probably have a super huge channel. So all right, remember Jezzy, just saying real quick, she was really for Stadia, and then now she put that thing, bold statements. "I tried GFN one time and nothing else compares." I'm like, that's really bold because 2 days ago you was loving it, right? Dude, you know how big it would be if I just made a I hate Stadia like channel?
Well, see,
They're like, what?
Well, there's that Stadia haters Twitter account.
Yeah, but it's different. For the person, I've been riding Stadia since day one. Can you imagine if PlayStation comes out with what's the thing called? Gonna be called Spartacus, and I love it, and it's some really cool, and I say I'm going back to being a PlayStation guy, and I just make like bash Stadia videos every day.
On a few CGX podcasts, I've actually joked around and went, "GeForce now, we could be bros, we could be best friends if you just give me this." And I'm like, and I've got not enough of them, but I'm like joking around, like I'll sell myself. If someone comes in and went, "Here you go, have this," and then if Stadia goes, "Oh, so you mentioned the LG TV is LG 2022 telly from CS," I'll be like, "Oh, it's the best," and I'll just be selling myself to the highest person. I'll have no shame. And when you be like, "Holt, you've changed," I'm like, "Okay, it's all right
for the right price."
Well,
If somebody wants to give me an 8K TV, then I'll stream for it.
Oh man, that's funny though.
So in the end, there's our passions, but then everyone's got a price, and I think that's what a lot of people done. So we just mentioned a person there, and it's like I feel with the right thing and the right people nudging you into the
Everybody's a
community.
price.
Everybody.
I think people go that way, but
And
I
money
wouldn't
talks.
say I would hate someone to pull out a video where I'm saying something so creative, so passionately, and a few days later they just went right there.
Man, I think timing is a lot, right? So if you were saying something on Tuesday and then Thursday, it's like 100% opposite. It'd be like,
But on the panel, I was saying to people like, I love Stadia. It's one of my big things. But on a weekly basis, for example, if the news is crap that week, I can only talk about the week as a whole. I love it. Perfect. It's got the games I want to play. But if that week was a bit flat, I have to vote on the other topics. And people make comments. No, I'm always Stadia. I'm always going to vote for Stadia. I'm like, oof, that's a bit biased. And then a few days later, F Stadia. It's crap. I'm like, what did he do to you?
yeah, like what happened?
See, but the problem is if that's the way you feel, and I mentioned about Clive Owens and done this, I'm leaving Stadia. Okay, bye. Why do you have to broadcast it? Why don't you just
That's my
fade
thing.
away?
That's my thing. I comment all the time. Just leave. Get the fuck out. You don't have to tell me. Did you tell me you arrived? No, you don't have to tell me you're leaving. You want to leave? Get the fuck out. I don't care. And I don't think anyone else cares why you're leaving. You have dumb reasons. Get the hell out. Now, I said this on Opinioners. What I don't like is when people go, I love Stadia, but it's going to be, I think it might be shut down because that's what Google does. No, that's not helpful. And I correct those people by saying, I'll correct your statement for you. I like it, blah, blah, that's it. You didn't have to put in that second sentence. Because don't tell me Google shut shit down, because I'll send you the list of all the shit Microsoft has shut down. Killed by Microsoft.info. It's all there. So don't tell me that Microsoft doesn't.
For me, it's that you don't know if Stadia will be shut down. So like when I talk to people and they're like, oh, Stadia, I said, well, listen, you're against Stadia because you think it might get shut down, correct? They're like, yeah. Well, how about we live in the moment? Because today Stadia is still around. So, and that's it. It's really I always say to people, oh man, I wish I had a crystal ball like you because I could see the future. Because I can't.
Now, your clip of Eddie when he said, I was upset that SG&E closed because of this.
Yes.
They were going to make a pure cloud game, yada, yada. He had an articulated reason. I'm good with that. When people go, maybe it sucks because they shut down. I go, well, what is when you question them, they're like, well, they shut it down.
Right. Yeah, and I've always had his back. I talk every time we start talking about this person, that person, I say, hey, I got to give Eddie credit because he gave a clear reason why he got into Stadia.
Correct.
And Stadia got rid of his reason.
Correct. But other people are like, well, they shut down SG&E. Okay, so what does that have to do with the price of chickens in Baghdad?
Doesn't do anything.
They shut it down. Again, give me an articulate. I can't. Exactly. Now, he gave an articulated reason. I have no issue with that because he gave a reason.
Correct.
Everyone else was like, oh, they shut down SG&E. They're dead. So now when people say, now I'm just going to start posting stuff, Game Pass is going to get shut down in 2020. Look at all the other shit Microsoft has shut down.
Well, what I didn't like about the Stadia, a lot of Stadia creators at the start was they were saying like they've not been gamers for a decade plus because they've got the life, they've got wives, they've got kids, they've moved away from gaming and they can't afford it. So they've never played all these great exclusives like The Last of Us, God of War, Breath of the Wild, Halos. They haven't played it, so they didn't care. And then out of nowhere, they started caring about exclusives like it mattered. But exclusives only help sell hardware, where the majority of games that play on PlayStation 5 or Series X now, if you ask them what game they're playing, they're like Fortnite, FIFA, Madden, Call of Duty, for example. And they're not exclusives. And you go, okay, I can speak about it. I've never stopped playing exclusives. I love exclusives, but it's not something that there's loads of third-party titles that I actually love and all on my PlayStation hard drive. So when people are like, oh, I'm leaving Stadia because SG&E closed down, it's like, you ain't really an exclusive gamer anyway.
Right.
You're talking that you love Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft's still coming. You've just said you love this game. Why aren't you still committing to it? And some people, I felt like their narrative changed a little bit too much, and I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest things the coolest things about Stadia is I gave an example. I said, well, what if I got into PlayStation, right? So typically me, I'm one and done. I want to be in one thing. That's just me. That's just how I am. I'm wired like that, right? I don't want two bracelets. I don't want two necklaces. I don't want two watches. I don't want, I want, if you can make the one thing that fits for me the most, then I'm gonna ride with that. So
You
for
do
me,
need a big gold chain around your neck.
no, I don't want to. No,
Especially when you're wearing whatever that is, that piece of crap you're wearing, you should get some nice big ass chain hanging down.
Or a clock.
A clock. Well, that's been done. You need something else. Maybe like a big. Maybe Ray can make you something that says cowboy, and then you got that around the
urban world. Jewelers. Who's the best jeweler out of them? But my thing is that I gave this scenario. Even if I went to PlayStation, man, I'm a PlayStation guy. The cool thing with Stadia is it was free anyway, right? So number one, if I decided to leave, I didn't lose anything because I got my enjoyment out of the games that I purchased, and I could still just play those games because it's still free. It wouldn't be like if I had an Xbox, like right now. I let my friend have my Xbox, right? So I don't have an Xbox anymore. So I would either have to play only Xbox Game Pass games, but what if there's a game on Xbox, or now I want to get into Xbox, then I have to actually purchase an Xbox. Same thing with a PlayStation.
Well, see, it was so funny. Mm-hmm. It was so funny because when I started on podcasts, I remember saying live on one chat, and someone was saying, "Holtz, aren't you bothered? Stadia's going to die." I'm like, "No, it's not. And if it did, then it doesn't bother me if I lose my library." Because in my mindset, I know it's going to succeed, just like I trusted Steam back in the day. I trusted iTunes. I trusted all the digital games I bought. And they've never went nowhere. And I've heard loads of people say, that's going to die. You're going to lose all your games. And if I did lose it, it's like I've already consumed the game. That now it's just become digital clutter in my back library. And if Stadia died in 5 years, I wouldn't really care about my library because they'll all be free in the future. Or they'll be, I don't know, $1 to buy on some humble bundle or something. Right, so it doesn't really bother me. And I'm like, I've already enjoyed it, consumed it. And the whole, that's a bad attitude. I'm like, I don't have a PlayStation 4 anymore. That's gone. I don't have access to all me, I don't know, SNES games. I don't have, once a generation moves on and new games come out, I never look back. And everyone's like, you should appreciate what you want. And I'm like, oh, there's stuff in my libraries, especially my Steam library, that I couldn't give a rat's ass about. But I did spend money years ago. But now, and people are like, I've got 600 games in my Steam library. How many could you actually recommend and actually praise? And they go, maybe 20.
Right. And here, and Jeff is a great example of this. Jeff is a retro gamer. Jeff would go be buying all these games for $1.99 he was just showing the other day. So you got a good point. What if Stadia dies? Dude, okay, here's the thing. If Stadia died in 5 years, look through your collection of Stadia games and ask yourself, which game do you still want to play 5 years later? You'd probably be like, I don't want to play none of those games. And if you did, that game was probably $5 5 years later. Anyway. Yeah,
it's funny when you see people that say they just bought a PlayStation 5, they buy the game, they finish it, and they trade it in. And you know that hurts the industry, it hurts Sony, and it hurts the developer. But as long as the people get the money back, they're like, oh, so what? But if you you're actually hating that developer, you're never going to get a sequel. You are killing that service. They go, so what's everyone's narrative? I just feel like, as gamers, if you take pride in your library, that's great. If you want to collect them, that's great. But values in the eye of the beholder, where I look at my library going, it's not on now. So when Stadia came out, Final Fantasy 15, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I put about 100 hours plus in each. Mm-hmm. How much more do I want? And I think when it came out, it was like $50. It's like $15, and I was like, you want me to hate something because it might disappear if it did? I'm like, so what?
Right? Yeah.
I still have my Google glasses. I still use them. They haven't updated this in years. So, when I tell people that, they're like, so you know what? That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start saying Game Pass sucks because look at all the stuff Microsoft has shut down. And I'm going to send this, Microsoft killed by Microsoft.biz.
Well, here's the thing. For me,
I'm going to tag Anthony in the post. Because I like to tag Anthony, especially when I'm going downhill fast. I drag him with me.
I've learned if you actually want to get your message across, even if it's got nothing to do with Cowboy, you tag him in and the community will instantly draw to you.
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
There was a couple of times, though, I was tweeting a hater and he had some lame excuse, and I forget if it was Storm or who it was, but somebody else piped in and said, well, here's why you're wrong, and listed all the articulated points, and the guy, of course, shut up. But it's about time for my quarterly message to him to say, remember that guy, Anthony? It's time for my quarterly message to him saying, Stadia's still alive.
Still alive.
I'm still playing Stadia. Look at all these games that are coming in 2022. It's not going to be dead at the end of 20, like you said.
So I will say this. I have a date, and the date is March 20th, 2022. Now, I'm not going to be
I know what panel you're on about now.
All right,
still talking about the
I did say I was leaving it alone because I made a video before, or I did a live stream.
Do you know what? If you know the exact time and the exact show, just put me the URL and I'll see what I said.
Dude,
listen.
I went live and said on this date, if Stadia isn't dead, because this was exactly when a certain individual said Stadia was gonna die. But they did retract their statement like last September or whenever, or in the summer when the developer summit came out, blah, blah, blah. But then after that, they kind of went back to like, well, I still am concerned. But this was a big deal to have certain persons say Stadia was dying at this date. Still, and a lot of people was riding that. So
I never thought it was die, but just like devil's advocate, if someone came up to me 3 years from now and went, "Ha, it's dead," and I played 5 years, which is literally a console generation, and I had to get 5 years, and they went, "See, I told you," I'll be like, when? First year, second year, third. I'm like, there's no point. I had 5 years like a console, and it was great, and things have evolved and moved on in the industry. Why are you telling me? And if someone came out of nowhere just to laugh at me, I'd be like, wow, you really holded on to that. So I feel like we can do it to them. We can say, and when people like, it's so funny when you look at Stadia, since day one, everyone was always, Stadia's dead. No one even gave it a chance. It was always just running narrative.
Right.
Dead. Because a lot of people hate Google. So it doesn't matter what it is, right? I hate Apple. I'm on record. Everybody knows I hate Apple. And whatever piece of turd they come out and put an eye in front of it, the sheep are going to go out and buy it.
That's it, Jeff. Instead of calling it the Walking Dead, we should be called the Playing Dead. That's what we should be. The Playing Dead.
Oh, man.
Hey, you know what? This event was successful. The community is going to live well into 2022.
But I'll say as a cowboy, I love Ubisoft. You would see me buy a next-gen console just for Ubisoft games each year. So if as long as Stadia's got them Ubisoft games like Avatar and Assassin's Creed Live and all this, I wouldn't Rainbow Six Extraction. I wouldn't care. I'm like, it'll be my Ubisoft platform if that's the way people are labeling it. And I'm like, I'm playing FIFA. A lot of people go, I'm not buying FIFA because each year it's crap. It's the same game. Okay, well, I've got FIFA 22. So if FIFA 23 doesn't come out, and FIFA 22, sorry, for 21, I'll be fine with that. Yeah. Is it? No, sorry.
Oh, FIFA's dead. 22. FIFA's dead. They're not going to renew the contract with EA, which I hope Madden does as well. So, or I hope NFL does with Madden.
So that's that. And I'm like, as long as there's something that I can play, I don't really care.
Yeah, honestly, you have to start playing games for you. Like, it's fun to do content, and that's why I always say I'm an entertainer. Because listen, that's why the guy was like, oh, you already selling Stadia. So, whoa, I never sell Stadia. Don't mistake my excitement for Stadia as you need to get it. It might not work for you. That's why I go on record to say, like, one guy was like, oh, well, what about Stadia? I know a friend that lives over here and it doesn't play well for him. Well, number one, he probably stopped being cheap and upgrade his internet. So that's just my fault that he's broke. And number two, I don't live in his household. That's not my problem. It might sound like an a-hole thing, but it's not my problem because Stadia works great for me.
Well, and my counter to that is I played it successfully. You all watch me from my parents' house with really crappy internet.
Right.
I was lucky if I got 10 megabits. I was lucky if I hit 10 megabits, and I was still playing it. I streamed. I watched other people's streams. I joined in on other people's streams from my parents' crappy internet.
What's up,
Ray? Come on in, Ray.
Ray,
come on in, Ray. The water is nice and warm.
Yeah. I warmed up the water for you.
I warmed it up with my farts, Ray. Come on, buddy.
one of my favorite things in tech is that I remember starting off and I was praising Stadia because my TV, and I was saying my TV's got like AI upscaling and all, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, so what?" Then when it came to the Nvidia Shield, everyone was like, "Oh my god, you have to play this because it's got AI upscaler."
SBC.
Woo! Ray!
What's
And
up?
then-
What's up?
Shut up, old folk talking.
Just gonna, so the whole point is we push Ray off. He's everywhere. Just who wants to listen to Ray? You know, I'm taking over Ray's slot.
I've
You
been
know what I
watching too much of you, Holtz.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, look, I'm not using my face.
Me neither.
Oh
Jeff.
my God, he's using his cam and not his face. What's going on, everybody? What's
What's
up?
up, Ray?
I've been lurking behind the scenes watching you mofos.
Hey, we love it, man.
So I love when people attack. I love the way people attack. For example, Google. I would never touch a CCU, and then they buy the Nvidia Shield, not realizing it's already integrated in the hardware, but they don't know. They don't know that, and they're like, "What's happening here?" So,
That's funny.
Jesus Christ, Holtz, what time is it where you're at, man?
You know, host
no,
those.
I'm out in the woods. I'm literally. This is.
Yeah.
I can't get back to the UK. I'm actually stuck in the USA. I'm trying to look for where Ray lives.
He
I know he said
hot
somewhere
swapped his battery. The other one is the other side on the solar.
What's up, Crow,
Raymond,
Winstar,
Raymond, did you watch the Rose Bowl? Oh my God, what a game!
Dude, my wife, I just got finished watching a movie, man. I was trying to watch as much of the SBC content, and then she told me to get my ass off the computer.
What
So
movie
we just
watching,
did.
Ray?
We just watched Netflix, huh?
What movie?
Oh my God, it was an old Ryan Reynolds movie, something about Six Underground, where he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire, and he hires a bunch of people to take out evil dictators and stuff. So yeah.
Has anyone watched Death to 2021 on Netflix? It's
I was
watch
looking
that.
I was looking at it. I might, but I'm watching The Witcher on Netflix tonight.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Season 2.
Was it-
Season 2.
I was just actually going to load up Cobra Kai. I was just watching the cowboy do some bicycle, abs, and then I was watching Cobra Kai. Then because I've seen these guys live, I was like, do you know what? Because it's a Saturday night or Sunday morning now, I was like, I'll tune in. I don't have to watch some TV.
Yeah,
I mean,
Crow. I hear you, Crow. I couldn't wait no more, man. I played Guardians of the Galaxy. I just got it on Xbox, man. I think it'll eventually come to Stadia. I just think we're gonna get it late.
I have a question. I need your opinion. Do I watch the Book of Boba Fett now, or do I wait until February when they're all out and then binge the whole thing?
On a weekly thing, because you can sort of start speaking to the community and you start.
I know, but I
only
did
30 minutes.
I did that with Hawkeye
What up,
and
Spectre?
it almost killed me.
What's up, Ray?
What's up?
Oh, so the Boba Fett is only 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30, like 34.
Yeah, man.
But it doesn't. I don't know how long they're irrelevant. It's one episode a week.
See, the thing is, I don't want to
people's
get.
a spoiler.
I don't want to get sucked into that universe. Like, I'm into the Marvel. I'm not really that into Star Wars anymore, but I did power through and watch all of Mandalorian. It took the 6 episodes in, and I was like, okay, I liked it after episode 6, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, and I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars. So I told myself I wasn't gonna watch the Book of Boba Fett, but if it's only 30 minutes, then I don't know if I should.
Oh, I don't.
We'll
They
see.
might be 45. They might be 50 minutes. I didn't. The point is, there's only one episode a week. My question is, do I watch each one week by week, like Hawkeye almost killed me, or do I wait till February and then binge them all?
Well, let me tell you something. WandaVision, I said, man, there ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna watch this and I get hooked in it. I watched it. I got hooked, loved it. Just like Loki, I was like, Loki. Looked at it, I got hooked.
Did you watch each episode 1 week at a time, or did you binge all 6 or 8?
When I gotta be honest, when I saw the first and second, I was like, and then as I watched more and more, and I started figuring out what was going on, I was like, oh my God, this is great.
See, Ray, the Marvel stuff already got me hooked because they said from day one, all Marvel shows are gonna connect. And I've seen every Marvel movie. So for me, I'm like, they already got me. Because I don't want to feel like I missed anything.
Well, to me, I was that guy that always loved Marvel, going back to like the 90s, cartoons, stuff like that. And everyone was like, oh, look, that he's the Marvel nerd, the geek and stuff like that. And now because like Disney Plus has become a famous thing, all my sister-in-laws now are like, oh yeah, it's so cool to watch WandaVision now. So cool. And I'm like, when I was trying to speak to you, you wasn't interested. And now because they're all watching like, Endgame, Infinity War, I'm like, didn't you want to speak to me about it? So I feel like I'm always pushed out. So if I can watch it on a weekly basis, I'll talk to you about anything, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, a lot. Cobra Kai, this is it.
Star says he rather binge shows so that
you know what? I can totally understand that.
Yeah, but here's my counter to that. I told myself, do not binge Cobra Kai, the last one, because I wanted to like let it live out. And we like it so much. My wife and I, we went to watch it the first day it came out on Netflix, season 3. We watched all 10 episodes straight back to back. And then I was like, damn, I gotta wait a whole year.
Yeah. So my dad was saying that because he's not used to all this stuff on demand services, he's like, what? Is that it? I mean, you have to wait for a year, 18 months. And he's like, no, do I? I'm like, yes, that's your fault. No one else's.
Yeah.
He gets on the phone. When is the Mandalorian season 3? Well, it's the Book of Boba Fett, and then we've got Obi-Wan. We've got the Obi-Wan one, and he's like, but I only want to know about the Mandalorian. It's like, well, I'm not bloody Disney. I'm not Lucasfilm. I can't tell you. And he was, but I don't want to watch Boba Fett. And I'm like, it's a continuing story. He was like, is that the guy that fell in the Snorlax pit? I was like, oh my god, will you just watch it?
Hawkeye was okay too.
Yeah,
I like Hawkeye.
Yeah, but see, I watched each one. And then and at the end of the episode, I would like literally scream, going, "Wait, what? I gotta wait a week to find out if he dies. Wait, what?"
Yeah, Ray, did you watch the What Ifs?
You know what? I only watched the 3, and I need to watch the rest of them. Okay. So, I love. Who is it? The British Captain America lady. Yeah. I thought that outfit, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, Captain Carter. I thought that was pretty cool. The Wakanda.
Yeah.
She had her own network show. There was a show like on ABC or NBC.
Yeah,
but it only lasted like what, half a season or something. Like it's just,
they snatched that right off.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it, and then gone.
One I enjoyed was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and you don't actually relate it to that. You just saw that the MCU just went, well, I'm not saying that's the timeline or nothing like that.
You know where they messed up at, and I think Cowboy, you could have played the part a lot better. But that was you remember Power Fist and Iron Man?
Oh yeah. You're talking about Iron Man 3?
Well, no, the Marvel. They did the show, the karate guy. He had the Iron Fist. Bro, that was so stupid.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I love Jessica. I love Jessica Jones.
I know you did. I know you love Jessica.
I didn't really like Iron Fist. I did finish it, and Luke Cage, and I was like,
Daredevil was pretty good.
But when they came together,
I think Luke Cage, didn't him and what's your name? They had a little love scene. My wife walked in when I was watching it. And I was like, oh my god, Luke Cage, man, he's doing Jones.
But Hawkeye and the new Spider-Man universe is actually tied into the Daredevil Netflix series.
Yes.
Well, no, not necessarily. So what they did is they just hired. So what it's like, let's say you say, okay, we're gonna have Daredevil in Marvel, right? So who should we hire to play him? So the fans was like, dude, use the same guy. So Marvel said, you know what? We're going to use the same guy, but that's not the same universe. So we're going to be confusing the people, but they just the same thing.
I'll tell you what though. I really want John Bernthal as the Punisher to show up.
Oh, the Punisher's a good one.
And that would be cool if they get him too.
Yeah, because he's in the same universe as the Netflix Daredevil still.
Yeah, that's true.
Also.
Well, as you just said, it's the same actor, but not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same universe. It's not the same universe.
I see.
Yeah.
But man.
But no, it should be because it was licensed by Marvel for Netflix. So what's the problem?
It's still a Netflix original, though.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. And then think about it. Disney's not going to put that content on their channel. I mean, it was very graphic. That's not going to be on Disney,
Well,
Yeah.
I was actually thinking to myself, like, I can't wait until Spider-Man comes onto Disney Plus. Then I realised it's a Sony movie. I was like, because I'm
Right.
so used to seeing him in the MCU, Spider-Man, I'm like,
Right.
it won't come to this one. Then I realised, no, it won't.
Dude. Oh man, talk about an amazing movie, but
I'm excited about Batman. I know you're not, Cowboy, but I
Yeah.
am.
I'm just gonna
Me
be
too.
quiet. I mean, I'm still gonna go see it though.
I
It's coming
hope-
out on my birthday, y'all. It's
I
out on my
haven't,
birthday.
I haven't bought into
Um,
Robert Pattinson as being the Batman.
You
All
know
right,
what, Jeff? I said the same thing, but then I saw him with the Catwoman, and I saw some chemistry. I saw
And I
some
saw him
chemistry.
beat him up, and I'm like, ooh.
Big shout out.
Vengeance.
Go to Suave's channel, and there's actually a discussion speaking about Robert Pattinson and Batman. If you
That
check in
was
his
great.
playlist,
That was
you can
great.
actually.
That was great.
I think Pattinson's a pretty good actor though. I heard he has had like a really great performance with the I think it was like The Lighthouse was the movie previously.
Yeah.
He did a good job in Tenet also.
So there's a few
yes,
places.
yes.
There's a few places in the new Batman movie that was recorded in my city. So when you see like the buildings, you go, "That's where Holt lives." So
Oh wow.
You should have waved at the window so we could
Yeah.
see.
you should have got me as a villain. I would have went, "Batman, it's me, Holt." You know, like a fat Bane with a McDonald's.
Oh my
It's me,
God.
Holt.
This is so crazy because I used to collect those comic books back in the late 70s and 80s. And now to see that they're coming live on movies and
Cool.
TV shows is pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Yep.
But I'm not as old as Jeff, though, guys.
Jeff was collecting them in the 40s.
Yeah, 33. You know, the first Superman when he's lifting up the truck on the first Spider-Man, Superman comic book. Yeah, Jeff, that's back in
It was created. It was created by two
Bro.
Canadians.
I might have
Yes.
to check that out.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Jeff.
Wheel of Time. I keep seeing that on
Yes,
Prime.
so tonight I'm doing the Witcher, and I'm doing that the Wheel of Time. I'm watching that.
Never
with
heard
some
of that.
popcorn,
Nice.
Every time I go to Amazon, I'm like, yo, they have nothing I ever want to watch.
bro. Oh my God, I'm like, my wife's like, pick something to watch. So go to Prime. And I'm looking through Prime. I'm like, hey,
Never.
why they got shit to watch?
Nothing, you know?
She's like, go back again. And I'm like, we go sci-fi, we go action, we go everything. And the problem is we got two different tastes. I want to see horror and sci-fi. She want to see action and love.
Oh, okay.
I said, I'd rather see action and love in the bed, but that's a whole nother story.
Whole other story. But you know what they did have good, Ray? That one with Chris Pratt in the future and stuff.
I
Tomorrow
saw
War?
that. That was my pick. That
Yeah.
was my pick. Yeah, we actually saw that, man.
Yeah.
The
Right.
things that shoot the spikes.
Yeah, the Tomorrow Wars.
You know, Cowboy, you would have died, man. If you was on my team, you would have died, man.
No,
So
I
we
would've
know
left
if-
it out. The hell
We know
you
if
would've
Ray
died.
gets.
I'd have
We know
ran.
if Ray wants love and action in the bedroom. You know he's watching his wife's crap TV shows. He's like, you have the TV. Maybe that's why
was
cloud
the-
gaming's so
I'm gonna
great.
get to it.
I'll watch it with you. I'm just playing it on my phone.
Yeah,
Don't
they got the new Sex in the City on HBO, and I'm like, wait a minute, they brought these ladies back. I'm like, what are they, like 60, 70? I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Jesus.
I don't want to get HBO just for that. But I was a fan. I had an ex-girlfriend that was a fan, and I had bought her all of them
Dude,
for Christmas.
same here.
I
Same
seen
here.
them all. Yeah.
See, I used to watch Sex
Yeah.
in the City with hold on, she's behind me, but
Well, that's the thing with my wife. So one time I said to my wife, I was like, I want to watch this. So she looked at me funny because she know I didn't watch them with her, and I watched them with somebody.
Dude, no, the worst thing you could do is, hey babe, you remember that movie we saw? Da 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 da. No, that was
Oh.
another bitch.
Right?
I was like, oh, that wasn't you, bitch. Oh, okay.
There's Ray on his phone going to his ex. I just watched a series thinking of you.
Yeah, man. Sign my death certificate.
Yeah, but the whole point is that's a Mandela effect. I can remember someone mentioned that a lot of people think it's sex in the city, but it's actually sex and the city.
Right.
So
What did I say? Sex in the City?
It's common. We all say it like that.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah,
so
you're
it's
right,
sex.
though.
It's sex and the city, but everyone
Yes.
goes in the city like these.
Because you always see them talking or doing it.
Yeah, you just
In
I
New
don't know.
York
I
City.
don't know. I don't watch that crap. Sorry.
I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did.
It's
Well,
good,
I
man. It's
excuse
good.
me, but ever since I saw Mannequin with Kim, Cantrell,
Great movie.
I
that one.
love me some Kim. I'm a huge Kim
Okay.
Cantrell.
Hold on.
Here's one for you, right? So back then at X, there was a BBC TV series called Cutting It, right? And it was about hairdressing in Manchester and all that. And I went to my girlfriend, I'm not watching that crap. She went, sit down, watch it. 5 seasons. It was about explosions, drugs. There was everything about these hairs. This lifestyle of hairdressers. And when I say to people, "Oh, have you watched that Cutting It?" They go, "I'm not watching that crap." I'm like, "That's what I said." So I can totally believe you that once you're hooked on something, you're hooked.
That's it.
But
Yeah.
it's a dirty little secret saying
That's
to your
why I always
friends, "I
tell
watched
people-
that."
I always tell people I could watch it. So it's stuff that I'm not interested in, but if I watch it, I'm sure I could get into it. Now I'm gonna mess your head up with this, Ray. So you know Samantha, right? From Sex and
Yes, of course,
So,
Samantha.
dude, do you remember what iconic movie she was in from back in the day?
Well, there's a bunch of them, but I know she did Mannequin, and I know she did oh my
Hocus
God.
Pocus.
Hold on,
Oh
I'm
my
waiting. I'm
God.
waiting for one of y'all to see if you
Oh,
get
hold
it.
on, shut up! Don't say that. Hold on. She did Mannequin, and she did oh God, oh man, see, I know what you're talking about.
Do
I
you
know.
now? Do you now? Wait, I wonder if you knew that was her.
Oh man, damn it! Hold on. Police Academy.
No,
No,
that's
not Police Academy. No, wait a minute. She played in a B movie. It was like a B '80s movie, and
I don't know if this was considered B. This was like the movie. Like when I say it, you're gonna be like, either you're gonna be like, that was her, or you're gonna be like, oh, that's right.
Cause she's done like even when she was younger.
Yeah, she was younger. She was younger.
Yeah.
She was like, well, she was always supposed to be the hot girl, but she was like, the hot girl. But you ready?
Go for it.
Bro, she was, and I didn't notice till years later. Bro, that was her in Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Samantha.
Good movie as well.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
man.
Hold on. She was in something else too. But you're right. She was in that movie. You're absolutely right.
Big Trouble in Little China was a B title, wasn't it? It was more like a cult classic.
I wouldn't put that as a. I wouldn't make. I agree with Cowboy.
Wait.
But she was in a.
Wasn't she also the girl in Bloodsport? Was that her with Van Damme?
Yes.
The lead actress.
Yeah.
I think so.
Is she? Hold on, let me look that up.
Yeah, look that up. I think that was her too. Look it up. Guys, see that the Stadia Bash community, now that we got rid of the network, all right? Here's the loophole. You ready, Ray? The loophole is that we're community members, and we're discussing what the Stadia Bash community members like.
Yeah.
I knew it. See, I thought you were gonna say this movie, and you didn't say it. But she was in Porky's, dude. She was the one that was screaming. She was. Remember when
the sock in the mouth?
Yeah, the sock in the mouth, and she was like, "Ah!" And he had to stick a sock in her mouth because she wouldn't be quiet.
It's Leah Aries.
Oh, it's not her.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was in Big Trouble, Little China. Yeah. But she was in Porky's. I thought you were gonna say Porky's, 1981.
Yeah, Porky's was. I was young, man, so that was a crazy movie, man.
Yeah, man. They dared the guy to stick his, you know what, in the little hole.
Yeah.
That actually happened. That actually happened to me and some friends. There was a girl that moved in the neighborhood, and she said, "If you guys come to my window at night, I'll show you a little treat." So, like 5 of the guys, we went and we were throwing rocks at her window, and we saw a figure. I was like, "There she is! She's there!" And so we got closer, and we're looking in the window. I'm like, "Dude, she's got some big feet, some hairy legs." And then all of a sudden, it was her father, and he ran, and I'm an asshole, but I didn't want to get caught, so I stuck my foot out and tripped my friend, so he would fall down and I could get away. I got away.
You guys are all young. You guys must have watched that in reruns.
Yeah.
Because
there's no way you're watching Ray that in
of
1981.
What's that? Porky's?
Yeah. What were you, like 8?
No, that was a rerun, dude. That was 8. That was I used to like sneak and watch HBO at night because I could watch all the rated R B
Yeah, man.
movies. And so
See, mine was I watched Porky's because I remember talking about American Pie when that came out, and my brother just went, "You want to watch a movie? Here's Porky's," and that's how I.
Oh, yeah, you seen it later.
dude,
Yeah,
American
so mine
Pie
was
I never laughed so
I never
hard in my life.
I never saw any of those.
Oh,
Wait
wow.
a minute, you've never seen the apple pie scene where the guy, some
Hey,
warm
don't
guy.
ruin it. Bro. You might go see
Is it-
it.
Jeff, I don't want because Jeff might get ideas, folks.
Well, that's why we'll never go to Jeff's house.
Hey Jeff, why is there holes in the center of your pies?
Well, you would know, Ray. You watch me on my.
I
OnlyFans.
do not. You stop telling people that, man.
Ray
Hey,
drops
he
into
said it
Jeff's
so much,
OnlyFans.
I believe him.
What's that,
He say it so much, I believe him.
bro? I had to. My wife,
The best one was I made that comment and Ray goes, Jeff, I'm a happily married man. I go, so is everybody else that watches my
my wife didn't believe me. I said, sweetie, do you know there's women that like go on Twitch and they're in swimming pools and guys throw like 500, 300, like thousands of dollars. Like there's one lady, there's a story on Vice. She makes $1.5 million a month, not a year,
Yep.
a month
On Twitch?
on Twitch.
Twitch.
Yep.
Damn.
And she wears a bikini and she wears a horse mask and a pigeon mask. And she's in a swimming pool. And my wife didn't believe, so I showed her, went to the channel, and I showed it to her, and I said, "Look at those tips. See that? Look at those subs."
Yeah.
And there's a story on Vice, guys. Check it out.
Oh no, Twitch was in a lot of trouble over those streams, and then they weren't going to do anything about it, and then they had to make a new category. They had to change a whole bunch of stuff. Do you know why? Because they started to lose advertisers. Places like Johnson & Johnson, because there was no control over where ads would appear.
Also, the other gamers, they had a lot of gamers like, they're in our
it was
realm.
Advertisers. It was advertisers that made them change.
Taking our audience. And I'm like, bro,
it was advertisers.
Play games, she's in a horse mask in a swimming pool.
No.
When the advertisers said we're going to start pulling our ads because we don't want our Johnson & Johnson doesn't want a baby shampoo ad showing up on that kind of stream. So that's when they had to make a new category.
But you know what though? What about guys playing Dead or Alive? You know, women with bouncy boobies playing kung fu and fighting and sexing games. You know, isn't that kind of contradictory? You know,
why can't I stand this messaging is because it's their body, do what they want, and it's their platform. If people want to throw money at them, that's great. It's the messaging now that these people are being used as role models. So when you speak to young girls, instead of going into STEM jobs, science, technology, engineering, maths, and stuff like that, and maybe have a sub hobby, they go, "What do you want to be when you're older?" They go, "A Twitch supporter or the OnlyFans," and you think to yourself, that is not a thing that people should be saying at such a young age. So I think these people should take responsibility by saying, yes, you are empowered, it is your body, but look what you're doing to society. So
there was one. There was one lady I was watching a thing on.
Wait a minute, you was watching where at Jeff?
And she actually had created a whole little world for women in Roblox, and she was making tons of money from Roblox. But she was empowering young girls to join her community and do stuff in Roblox. So she was doing exactly what Steven said. That she was trying to be a role model for younger girls to do stuff in Roblox.
Yeah.
Well, my funny story. So, my funny story that I ever seen one day was this old woman. She was about 78, and she's on OnlyFans, and everyone tuned in.
I saw that. I saw that.
Same one. She bakes cakes. Which one are you on? Right? You've seen something different. Have you seen something different, right? But she bakes cakes, and she didn't know what OnlyFans is known for. So she was going round to people going, "Oh, people would donate me money on OnlyFans."
No. I saw Vice. They did a story about a lady that was in her 70s, and she did an OnlyFans, and I'm like, and then I'm like, she's making money, and I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, that's somebody's grandma.
Hey, listen, somebody's grandma was once not somebody's grandma. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, the thing is, though, it's like society is so I don't know if I lost faith in society or not, but I feel like the world is going to move on without you, right? And so at some point, you're either going to not be here or you're going to be forgotten or whatever. So just to be fair, you kind of have to live this world and live and kind of do what you want and go for what you want without hurting people. But I don't ever want people to put it, I'm responsible. Like it was something somebody was trying to tell me. And it's like, dude, I'm not responsible for you. Where's your parents at? You know, so I feel like people should say, hey, first of all, watch your children so your children aren't watching people doing crazy stuff, because YouTube make you have to put, this is not for kids. You have to put that in every video, right? So if your kids are watching it, that's not my fault. Like last week's Andy and Anthony show. Dude, I don't know if any of you seen it.
Oh, that show is not safe, Jeff.
It's not for children. So our topic was
Y'all
all about sex, and it was how does sex, you know, how is sex in society, blah, blah, blah. It was really risque. And it's like, if a kid was to watch that, well, you should be a role model for what? You should parent your children.
I can't stand people being role models after they done the act. So like Pamela Anderson, when her kids were young, she was like,
right.
Oh, I don't want people to sexualize women and do that. And it's like, do you know what you've done? I'm like, what you done in your career?
Bro, that was my first Hollywood sex tape.
And now she's telling everyone else how to be a better parent and how you shouldn't do this. And you think to yourself, fucking hell, hypocrite.
Yeah, but you know what though? I always tell my kids, you never know who could teach you something. Because if a crackhead was sitting on the corner and you walk by him and he said, kids, don't do crack, you wouldn't be like, who are you to tell me not to do crack? You'd be like, damn.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was dating a girl, and my friend says, Ray, I gotta take you somewhere and I gotta show you something. I said, what? Just come on. So after work, we drove to a certain video shop, and he says, I want you to see this. And I looked, and on the front cover was a girl that I was dating, man. Damn. And so I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? And if you guys, San Francisco 7, San Francisco lesbian number 7, light-skinned girl in the middle of all the girls. I dated her. And she came into the store. She came into the store, and I said, "Hi, hey, why you acting all weird? I didn't know that you you saw my movies." Well, I did buy the movie, guys. I still have it. I'm like, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know, man. It was just awkward and weird. She ran out the store. I never saw her again.
Hey, San Francisco 7, can you hear me? This is Ray 3473.
Shut up.
Oh man.
I'm glad it was cool because it wasn't guys. It was just women. But still, it was just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy. We need Suave. So if you ever do a thing with Suave, he's a stickler for time and the topic. He'll be real quick. All right, guys. So we're getting off the topic. Come on, we gotta get back. Like Suave is like the general for like everything, man.
Well,
we went way off the rails.
But see, that's why something like this, we talk, and then it goes here, it goes there, it goes here, it goes there. But you know, I don't know.
Well, so if we could bring it back to games and the SBC.
I'm sorry, y'all. It was Jeff's fault. He started talking about his OnlyFans site. Sorry.
No, that was Holt talking about sex and the city.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Holt.
It was Ray. It was
always promote
Ray
Ray.
and Cowboy
Always
saying that he
promote.
watched that.
Trying to get Holt to sub.
He tried to get Holt to sub.
Sorry,
Steven. What do you got next for us,
Steven,
man?
Steven to sub. Spectre, you got to gain control of this mess.
Yeah, Spectre.
I'm enjoying the chaos. Actually, I kind of slipped away for a little bit because I was thinking this was gonna be the it just drifted into like the clickbait show a little bit.
I am.
It's a cool show, folks. You guys make sure you check out the clickbait show because you never know what's gonna be told on that show either.
Dude, my favorite thing is when he put the little video of the people break in.
Yeah.
Oh man. Or that lady pushing the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to break in. Reminds me of them breaking in the vet's house.
I mean, we can,
Confiscating all of his
speaking of
free-
that,
FBI, open up!
Do you know what that reminds me of? Like them people who done like Master Chief versus Call of Duty back in the day.
oh
They-
yes,
the
the
red versus blue.
Yes,
So,
it definitely does. Yeah.
that kind of.
I never watched it.
But yeah, I'd say this is a great way to cap off the night for the
Yeah, man.
SBC. We've been doing a lot of Stadia specific stuff all week, so we can. I'll allow a little bit of leeway to.
I know. I've been seeing it on Twitter. I'm like, I thought it was like one, and every day, like I'm celebrating rounding it up. I was like, bloody hell, it's going on for a week. It's a week event.
Yeah, so the thing is, we thought like, you know what? Our original thing we ever did was a week event, but it was more
Okay.
structure. It was like, I think it was like 4 streams a day. So it was like 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, and then the next day the same time. So the UK guys was kind of out of it at the time because we just did later on, right? And then that Friday was New Year's Day, which was the last day, and we did like an 8-hour stream. So then the next month we did it again, and this time it was like 6 streams a day, and the last day was 15 streams, right? So I was like, well, what if we just make it sporadic? It's open to anybody, and whatever you could do is that when you would do it. So that's why the schedule was more like, oh, somebody might be going at 1 and somebody's going at 3 and whatever, to include everybody and not try to make the format so tight. But today was kind of worked out because we literally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Shout out to CGD, man. He came back. Cloud
Yeah, he
Gaming
did.
Dad. I actually watched that Farmer
Farmer
Simulator
2022.
and Windstar.
Lee's back.
We were multi-stream.
I didn't realize he deleted his whole other channel because I was like, how am I not sub to this? I don't
That's
understand.
crazy, man. I will have to say that Cloud Gaming Dad. Oh, bro, he shouldn't have did that, man. But I get it. He felt like this was the way he said it too. This was the way to really keep him away. But now he's back, so that gotta hurt, man. My
Man. What hurt was you guys teaming up on Ryzak, man. Now he ain't gonna
That
do no
was
more
Jeff,
streaming.
bro. That
He
was
ain't
not
streaming
me.
no more.
That was Jeff, man.
You was egging Jeff on, dude. Stop trying to play like you innocent.
Let me be real. Everything I said was authentic. I agree with Jeff that if you say you're not streaming, and all I did was say, look up the definition. I said, if you make a content, whether you speak or not, that's still content. You can't say it's not content. If just because you did, I just turned on my PlayStation and noticed that you could stream from it, so I did a stream. Well, you're streaming on your channel that you said you was no longer going to stream on, so anybody get the notification and be like, oh snap.
And 2 days earlier, he said, "I'm never going to
know,
do it
I
just
was
to
there.
prove you." Yeah, you were in the chat. You
I
saw it.
saw
He
the
said, no,
stream. I got the notification. I was like, I rubbed my eyes and I was like, is this true? Is this? So I clicked on it and I was like, whoa.
So then, Ray, if you were a viewer of his channel and you looked at him as a content creator because he created a channel, and if you
Shout
got
out
a
to Windstar, by the way.
notification
Thank you so
that
much.
he added content,
Windstar's a star.
then your content creator was still making content. Oh yeah, Windstar, thanks, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. He was like, dude, I'll do right before Cloud Gaming Dad. I was like, bet.
Yep. Cowboy called me too. He was like, yeah, hey, Windstar, jumped in, and then all the other stuff, like the multi-stream didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah, and thank you to Suave and Lena, because the multi-stream didn't happen. I'll leave it alone, but somebody, well, whatever. So and I ran in Lena's bedroom. She's all relaxed. I said, Lena, you want to do me a favor? She's like, what? I was like, I need you to stream. She was like, what? I was like, listen, I need you to stream. And I walked out of her room. Like, listen, damn it, you're gonna be streaming. So then she walked in the room like, all right.
Cowboy's like, anyone under this roof, you've all got streaming.
Hey, listen, man. I'm just saying. So she streamed, and then I was like, all right, now I got 1 hour to find somebody else, and I hit Suave up. I'm like, listen, man, how would you like to stream? He was like, all right, cool. So
that's funny because that's pretty much the crackhead moment when I tried to recruit you for all the whole batch stuff. So it came full circle.
There you go. Look,
dude, you got Stadia vet. came back with
Yeah,
Stadia
man.
Vet Game.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yes, he did. Yes, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, Ray. I reached out to everyone. Everyone I reached out to. And a bunch of people didn't even write me back. But
Yeah.
I don't really care. My thing is like, listen, you're busy. You don't need to write me back. I just wanted to put on, let us put on an event for the community. So at the end of the day, we did our thing.
Now, in Vet's defense, he's created all sorts of new channels. You know, he's got
retro.
he's got the retro. I think he's
Yeah.
got a sports game in Vet. I think he's got car fixing. I know he's got like 19 channels. I think now. So
Well, I think
He's
it's
trying to
cool
be
that he decided
he's
Stadia
going
stuff.
for the king of content.
Nah, he's a little bit behind. You gotta add a bunch more stuff.
see, Anthony just has one channel. He just puts all the crap on one channel.
No, damn. Why you gotta stay crowd, Jeff?
You have to.
Because
Jeff,
he's toxic. Boo.
Jesus,
Oh, because I'm
Jeff,
toxic.
Jeff, the toxic troll.
Yeah. That bridge you live under, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He lives under.
A lot of toxicity down under my bridge. But yes, back to Ryzak. You know, if he hadn't have said anything 2 days earlier about, you know, swearing he would never be back, I wouldn't even have said anything.
Yeah.
He'll be
But
back.
you know, when he comes out and
back.
says never, and I'm going to do it just to spite Jeff, and then 2 days later, there he is. Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, that's between y'all. But
I'm going to call you out.
I was
But now he's mad at me. Now he's
And
leaving the
me.
world.
because of you.
Because of you, Jeff.
Oh.
I should have just mind my business.
If you don't, you know, then you know, like I think we've all told our children, do as I say, and I won't get mad. If you say something and you don't do it, I'm going to call you out.
No, I mean, I think the thing that's cool though in content creation, which people they often get mad at me, but it's like, yo, how'd you say that? I just look at it like this: it's public knowledge. If you do anything in public, it's a record, and it's like TMZ. You never hear Kanye West and Kim Kardashian get mad at TMZ. They're the one walking down the street acting crazy.
No, but Kim Kardashian is mad at Kanye because he bought a house across the street from her.
Okay, well that's on them.
Well, I mean, you know, if you leave stuff public on social media, you know, it's
That's
complicated
true.
rules.
I'm just saying.
It's
When
there.
Cowboy leaves the Stadia community, become a PlayStation streamer all the time, I am going to be up his ass, and I'm going to ream him up and down, up his ass.
And the cool thing is, Jeff, you're gonna make me the bigger. Listen. That's what I was trying to say. The whole thing that was so silly to me. Like literally, if y'all read it. Literally, Eddie was telling the people the only way to make the community better is to get rid of me and the SBC. I was like, yo, he really said that.
I would love to see that Cowboy leaves Stadia Bash community and the Stadia to become a Sony pony. You replaced his cow.
Sony
Cowboy
pony.
horse, a Sony pony.
I went and got a cow.
Look, he's even written your headline for you.
Listen, I'm a cowboy, so I had to get a horse.
Know them little things you put quarters in and the kids ride on the Lecky horse.
Yeah,
and some
yeah.
Cowboy on it. I'm the Sony pony.
I'm a Sony pony now. Yeah. No, not for nothing though. If I
The
ever did,
Stadia Shag Boy becomes the Sony Pony. There you
Jeff.
go. That's it. He's wrote the headline for you.
Hey Jeff, if I ever did leave Stadia for PlayStation and you bash me, dude, I would become I would be the bigger villain that you got, bro. I would make so much hate. So, you think it's bad when Duncan say something about Stadia suck? Can you imagine the guy who used to love Stadia? The headlines would be so crazy. Oh man.
Oh, IGN would have you on their cover.
They would. I'll start making videos where Stadia, all of a sudden Stadia doesn't work for me. I'm like, look at this. It don't even work. It's glitching out.
Imagine Cowboy with like different personalities on IGN. Yeah, well, I left the community because it was so toxic. He didn't accept who I was, so I went back to my roots.
I plead the fifth. I'm not saying a word. I plead the fifth.
Oh man!
Why
I
Cowboy acting all posh?
Look, I'm trying to use Stadia and it doesn't work. And then you hear Sandy, Anthony, is the internet down? Shush, George, it's quiet. You hear the kids going, Dad, the internet's down. The Stadia doesn't work. Look it, Dad, the internet's down. Can you turn on the internet? And you hear them in the background.
That's what I do. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be. I go to a lake. I'm like, remember, I used to go to lakes and play Stadia. It doesn't even work here. Look at this. Oh man.
Where Sony's like, Mr. Cowboy, and we'll give you a PlayStation 5, a Sony phone, and a Sony TV.
Yeah.
Would you like to sell yourself?
Listen,
Also,
let me give me a
PlayStation Plus.
PS5. I'm gonna make a bad Stadia video.
He really
tonight.
wants a water bottle too. Make sure he gets a water bottle.
Yeah, and it's
Oh, don't forget the
No, it's the
lunchbox.
mug. It's a mug and a shirt.
Oh, it's a mug and a shirt.
Don't
Sorry.
forget the
Thank you,
lunchbox.
Ray, for correcting me.
The magnums, the whatever.
listen,
Hey.
I got to get a lunchbox and a magnet.
I got one of these. I got one of these.
Yeah, but Stadia didn't send that to you. You got it in your Premier edition. That don't count.
No, I got it one in my Founders Edition.
Okay, that doesn't count.
I got badges, a hoodie, a water bottle, and
yeah.
someone at the
count.
start because I won it in a
I can
competition.
make a mug and a shirt. What's up?
Because I won a competition, so I went, look at Hulk's drinking his Kool-Aid out of his Stadia bottle. I was like,
Don't start.
I can make a mug. Yeah, this is good.
All right,
Oh,
Spectre,
man.
what else is up?
Yeah, what's up, Spectre?
Sorry,
Come on,
sir.
Spectre. Come on, get control of this mess.
Well, to sum up this whole week, it's been great. It's been a wild ride with the SBC. I'm sure we talked about it earlier, with when Ray wasn't here, but it felt like a long time, like years from the whole. We started off recruiting people. Nobody knew who I was. Cowboy tried to blow me off the first time.
He's always trying to blow somebody.
Wow. Yeah.
But it came from that to getting all these big sponsorships and advertising all these great streamers from across the country, mind you. We had people from UK, Germany, US. It was pretty
UK
crazy.
is not part of America, Spectre. Just
Do you know what I really liked, and I'm glad that you
yeah.
mentioned Germany and stuff like that. When I was watching Clive's Stadia Community Awards, he was bringing in people from Germany, Spain, across Western Europe, and I was like, wow. And I was like, wow, I would definitely need to tune in and see, because I usually focus on more the American, Canadian approach. But I'm like, I forget that there's actually people just literally an hour away from me, time zone, and I can actually watch them as well. I was like, oh.
I actually watched the German. I watched a couple of German Stadia streamers.
I watched the Spanish one, although I didn't understand a word they were saying.
I watched the whole Spanish one thing when they was a part of our
I did too. I watched that too.
I didn't understand a word they were saying.
I gotta give that guy credit. He was like, his thing is called Stadia TV, and he was like, yeah, we'll be a part of it. I was like, oh man, thanks.
Yeah, that was a lot of people on that stream too. I was watching it at work, and I was
man, we had 20.
I would love to see it across the pond. If the Europeans got the same personality. I wondered if there's a European Cowboy, there's a European Jeff, European Ray.
There will be.
They've got similar personalities. It's
it's the multiverse.
You know when you meet somebody and their group of friends, they're always that person that's similar to your group of friends.
Yeah.
A European Ray, a European cyborg.
I see people kind of emulate, but the best thing, I mean, that's flattering to me, but I've seen some people say some catchphrases like, "Oh man."
Good, man. Listen, it's been a cool ride, guys. I'm happy that we're still here. I mean, we had a couple moments where, in particular, when Vet left, we were all a little pissed off at each other. And I literally said this, and Ray had to sit me down. I was like, bro, no, don't let him leave. I'll leave. Ray was like, if you don't stop. I was like, no, man. And I told my wife, I said, look, I'm about to just quit. I said, listen, I'll let him stay. Because, man, listen, I could use some free time in my life.
That was
like that.
That was a lot.
If you would quit and come back, I'd be all over you.
I honestly, I'm just gonna say on record, I almost lost it too at that point. I called Ray, I had to talk to him about it, and he thought I was gonna quit. I was like, nah, it was just so much to go.
It's part of business. Have you ever ran a network or something like this?
Right.
It's not going to be easy. You learn and you move on, I mean, but the thing about it is we're still here. We're still here.
And I'll tell you what though, it was all a lot of stress and whatever, but what kept me going was just the fact that there's people that, especially small streamers, right? Seeing all these guys saying, hey, thank you. I've got this new viewer or new friend that I met. And also at the same time seeing all of our old people that we started with us, they're all big, Cloud Gaming Dad went on to do all of that. Got all the recognition, doing shows on Rock Show.
Yeah.
Alex also got picked up for Cloud Gaming Stream.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
just,
so is that the criteria? You just need to be on Rock Show every now and again and Cloud Gaming Extreme. And I'm sitting with you in the Stadia Bash community, so
Well, Hope, what he's saying is we actually propel people to greatness. So we're not considered great, but when people stick around with us, eventually people know. Think about it though.
Yep.
Cloud Gaming Dad said it himself, man. He said, "Listen, nobody really was watching me or knew me or whatever." Eli says it's the best. Eli said I had no content on my channel, and I decided to do it. And honestly, he was like, "Dude," I was like, "Dude." He was like, "I don't have no content. Nobody watches me." I was like, "Dude, we're gonna watch you." And look at him, man. I mean,
you can't be toxic if you putting people's videos on. You putting your time and your effort, and that's what Cowboy does, man. I remember hey Ray, give me the link to this video. Hey, who's video? I mean, this was back further. Now he's got it pretty much down.
Yeah.
Where he's got everybody's links, but dude, he's putting people on, man.
Yeah, but Ray, like you said, I was coming to you. Yo, Ray, man, because Ray would tweet and gotta bring up Vet. We said this earlier when you wasn't on though, Ray. We said, dude, originally it was me and Spectre, and then Vet had the idea of the network, and Vet was like, bro, we need to get Ray on here. And we was like, he was like, dude, he tweets everybody out. He would be a perfect fit. And I was against it at first. I was like, because I'm used to like, if you put too many heads together, it's bound to be issues. But the Spectre was like, yeah, that'd be a great idea. So Ray came on, and dude, Ray, like, I would be like, yo, I was busy. Ray, could you give me this link? Hold on. Second later, Ray got the link. I'm like, dude, I would go to Ray for everything. I need this link, Ray. I need this link. And it was cool, man. But yeah, it took me, to kind of get it together. I think this format helps too, because it's not pressing where it's like the second someone goes live, I felt if I didn't add them to the network, I wasn't doing my job.
Well, also speaking of promotion, we also need to shout out our unsung heroes at Cult of Stadia, the hashtag media guy, because they're part of your unit now. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You guys heard it right. Cowboy now has his own department. So, on top of my department and then his department. Well,
can I be in charge of the troll department?
You are the department.
Well, I feel,
yes. That's head of.
I feel Cowboy should be the clean up. I feel Cowboy should be the clean up department. The amount of stuff, he's doing the cleaning on the social media. Damn you!
I'm just an ambassador, dude. I'm the OG. Man. I just
Ray got upgraded to ambassador. Yep.
I used to think I've told Ray this before. I used to think Ray was a bot, because every stream I went into, there's Ray Sherrod, and I'm like, and that's when you used to have Ray Sherrod, right? And I used to think it was a bot, like you could change, you could have the different bot.
Twitter thought I was a bot, man.
I thought you were a bot on YouTube, because every time I went on somewhere, there's Ray Sherrod saying hello again.
When I was new to the community, everybody knew Ray. Like when I was on Stadia Source, they was like, oh, Ray, everybody in the community, like you'll look at the chat and Ray. I'm like, yo, everybody know this Ray dude. This game is cyber. Who the hell is this guy? Like, he was very noticeable to me. I was like, dude, who is this dude? Like, everybody knew him. So I'm telling you, Ray, when I told Spectre, I was like, yo, I'm going to try to get the cyborg dude to be a part of the bash. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, dude, he's on Stadia Source like all the time in the chats and all that. And I've been messing with him. And I'm telling you, Ray, you were a big deal.
I loved Ray's stream when he first started off, and I was watching a lot of stuff on that, and I was like, used to do giveaways, and I was like, come on, it's only 6 of us in chat. I've got a chance to win. I still never won. Used to spin the wheel or something. I'm like, oh, I won nothing. But it was always fun. Ray was always one of the people in my mind that was always part of a big name in the Stadia community. And then when I actually met Ray on Brendan's panel, and I was like, it's Ray, it's Ray. It's like, So it was all fun just to see like these people that are in chat, because to a lot of people it's with just the name at first, and then you start getting to know us, and then you start playing games with us, or you start chatting, then you feel more connected that we are a community and we are great people to laugh and joke with, and get to know. So
Yeah, well, same
I
thing with
think
you.
it's a great
I want
evolution.
to say that for you. I seen you like on CGX. I seen you on Brandon's thing. So I was thought you was just like one of the elite guys. You know, it might be a little snobbish. You're not speaking to people, and it was just cool when you started coming around. Like, first of all,
Host is
you
cool.
inspired me to make that
Yeah.
one video.
Well, do you want to know what's so funny when I first started off? And this way I don't say hello to people. I used to just have a webcam, and I never used to have a display, so I used to just be standing up in my mirror there. And that's Raymond is, and I'll just be standing up, and they were like, "Holt, have you been standing up for 2 hours?" I was all sweating, and I had no display in front of me. So when people were sending me questions, I was just like, I didn't actually see them until I actually bought a display.
Oh wow!
So, because in the end,
Crazy.
the way my camera was positioned and the way, because I used to use my TV,
Okay.
and because in the end, I never used to game on the PC, so I used to just set it up, set the stream up, and go. Just quick webcam. So when people was like, "Wow, we look at these professionals he's doing this," I wasn't. I was just doing the opposite. I was just trying to go along with it. So it was actually, it was quite funny. So I apologise to people in the Stadia community if I never got round. But I feel like there's so many great people there. I've always feel like I actually have had hello, and they've said hello to me. So I feel like we all got on over time.
Yeah, man. Well, it's just cool to see us all. I remember we gave a big shout out to Big Eddie Beer, and a lot of people that doesn't do content, a lot of people who didn't do content, and they just show up to all these people's streams, man. And Holtz, man, you do more than show up. You jump in, and you're adding content to our content by being another person who's giving opinions and views and socializing.
Well, it's a shame. It's a shame, and you admitted at the start that we felt like that people are elite members or people are creative, and of course you can't just open up at the start because you don't know who's going to join in. You don't want the community could have been racist, discriminative, sexist. You don't know what they could have been.
Yeah.
So I can understand being closed off, but the more you start knowing people, the more you can be open. So I think it's actually smart to evolve where you feel like you can trust people, and then as long as you got something to say decent, that's not toxic and hatred, you're demonstrating that we are all great people. So
I agree.
Well, well, that being said, the question remains: what's next for us after the SBC? Well,
You've got the Black History Month. You got the Women History Month events, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, which reminds me, we should definitely be doing meetings on that soon, which we will be with Cowboy. But also, content-wise, we are gonna keep on pushing. Pretty much, our main goal at this point is just promoting small content creators. Really, I mean that's what we've always been doing in the beginning, and that's what we're continue to do. So, if you like to advertise your Stadia friendly content, things like that, also to segue to other contents that you might have in the future, let us know. We are more than happy to help you guys out. We have a brand new format here. We got new teams for Cowboy team are doing a tremendous job keeping up on all of that.
And I would just like to say out to these new creators, when I join these panels, I label myself as a cloud enthusiast. You know what I mean? So you don't have to label yourself as a creator to join in with these guys or join in with the community. As long as you've got a passion in the cloud, definitely don't feel afraid. Drop these guys a message, and who knows, you could just grow and grow and grow and grow and be bigger and bigger and better. But we all have to start somewhere. So
that's a great
point. Thank you so much, folks. Yes.
And let me take this time out to say, we had a bunch of people who came and gone, right? Yes, we know my big mouth made a lot of people leave, right? I don't need to bring it up. It's on record, right? It's all on video. But I will say this. Let me give credit to one guy. Clive, man, that dude had stuck with us forever. Now, does he always shout out SBC? No. But he stayed in his specific time slot that he said he would do for us. And we've been tweeting him out since. And he's never changed. So I want to say, and I tweet out and say SBC. He never inboxed me and say, "Bro, I'm not a part of that anymore." So I want to just give a specific shout out to him because because I look at him as a bigger content creator.
Well, he did an amazing job with the award show. Give him lots of
yeah.
props.
Wasn't that production value just amazing? And it was humor and the way it was scripted well, and I think he done a big, huge, great thing for the community there.
I agree.
wanna take that time out to I mean, I'm a little biased because you guys all heard me say he's my favorite Stadia content creator, but I want to take that time and I have to give him his props, man. Because and then how about the cool intro he made that showed Lord Kenzo coming to the Stadia Bash Community Network? Like, dude, how cool was that video?
Oh yeah, I appreciate Clive too. You know, like he stuck around for all through that, and
Yeah,
he's-
through everything. And
yeah,
he never got involved. Any crazy stuff he heard about it, he just like, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'll be streaming on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. That I really appreciate it. Also, Crow said my first time he was on Sadie Swords. And his phone around his neck with a straw. Smack talking about Pat. I'm like, who is this guy?
That is
Star
true.
said, it's awesome.
Do you know what, Crow, I was saying it just a few months back. The first time I seen Cowboy, he had the big, huge phone brace, and I thought it was a harmonica, and I was like, what's this doing? And he pulled it out. He pulled out the neck brace. He pulled out the neck brace, and he was like, "You mean this?" I was like, "That's it." I thought it was like the music man going.
You know what's funny? I looked back at that video because when I had Herbert or Ice B from Death Carnival on, right? I wanted to find the video a year ago when he was on when he was on Stadia Source, and I was on there back then. And I look, I was like, damn, I had the thing around my neck, and y'all know, I wrote at every single stream. And I look back like, yo, what the hell? Did I not have a better way to do that? But
no. So I just remember you just always plugging stuff up because I was lurking in this chat, and he's like, "Hold weird." I was late, and I was always watching him like, this guy. And I was just like, and I thought it was after I laughed at it, I thought it was amazing the way he was looking, then going. And it didn't interrupt, and I thought, wow. I thought to myself, I need to buy one of them. So
yeah, that's how I did it, man. And you see me like this, right? Around my neck.
I mean, imagine me when I just said I was standing up without no display. If I just had the cowboy brace, I could have looked down. And,
Well, but yeah, thank you guys. Just to drop, we if you guys are advertising your content, do contact me for any fees, and if not, just do it for free. Tell us once your content is, and we'll put you on our feature on the Stadia Bash channel. So that is going to be advertised to you. The clip itself is not monetized. All that means is just putting the attention to you. So with that, I thank you much. Appreciate you guys.
Did you want to at least pull up the channel and just scroll through it a little bit? Just show them, just the first couple things on channel. You want me to share it?
Oh yeah.
So let's do that real quick. It'd be real cool just to at least show that real quick.
Yeah. Thank you.
Channel.
So put this.
You got it, or I got it?
I got it.
All right, cool.
All right. Here is the beloved Save Bash community. So we have no content we make those. What we do is we give you guys a catalog of all our members. So if you want to look for someone, like, say, if you want to watch Jeff's show streams, you can click on here. You get taken to his content, as well as past events. Will have the recent, of course, the SBC Birthday Bash streams here done by very own Cowboy. We also curated videos.
Who's that good-looking guy with the Christmas hat on there?
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, you on there, brother?
Be careful, man. You got those things over on your head.
I better be careful, speaking in case someone actually gets pictures, puts X over my eyes. It's like, I'm after alts now. Like,
yeah.
Where did you get them video footage from?
Be careful. I'm kidding. But
mistletoe, Jeff kiss you.
That was clever though.
Says thank you guys for all your work, content creators, and giving us things. It's been a great year. Thank you. Appreciate you for your jumping and just sticking at us. Like all that drama, all the stuff to where we are now, highs and lows. Really appreciate it. But yeah, we've got very own Ninja Guy It's at Stadia as well. You know, I got
Look at
John
the-
here.
Look at the newest guy at the right underneath.
Yep.
Star.
Started a new section. Yeah, so
Yep. And also, you can come here and check out the old time capsule videos, which
oh
is
man, yeah.
SBC
Check out that Stadia hype.
Stadia,
Gonna
3D
change the
Crazy
world.
Show, Community Podcast, all started before, and Ryzax came over as well. Also, from our time with Cloudy with the Chance Games,
Yeah.
has done. Audience podcast, that was a great one too. Our past Black History Month and Women's History Month as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, and everything here. Do you want to know? It's all here. Just check them out. Also, only thing I ask for Cowboy and I is for you to check out the content creators. Leave a like, subscribe if you like them. Give them a shot. So, you know, that's it for what we have. Just hit us up. You know, in closing, you can check out. For me personally. Oh, actually, hang on. I almost lost. I almost forgot.
And
this.
let me say one last thing while you're doing that. And also, guys, we will be what we'll do is continue to do bashes now. So throughout the year, we'll host like maybe like we did the 1 day event, kind of like Super Saturday, or we'll do events like this throughout the month, or sorry, throughout a week. So we'll be still doing stuff like that. Just moments where it's like a little celebration or whatever. Maybe we could get Vet the head of a Veterans Day or something like that.
Yeah. We were actually in talks of that for a while. But yeah, we're hosting any type of event, really community event wise focused. We're a community focused channel too as well. So we have that. And I forgot to mention. So this is an example here as well of how the channel. See how there's Game Vault. You click on his channel, and he happened to be mine. So if you want to check him out, he's playing Sniper Elite 4. You can jump in, check out. Hey, what's up? People like because he deserved it, as well as subscribe. So perfect example of how the channel works, and you don't have to subscribe to this channel. Of course, you can just look at there, and you're good to go. So yeah. In closing, if you want to look at me, my channel personally, I make all the past few months. I've been doing the clickbait show, a talk show about anything and everything goes. I do have some rotational Stadia on every Tuesdays usually, or Saturdays, whichever works. You can check that out there. But more content coming soon. I do have good projects of short films that I'm going to be making and other pre-made content too. So be on the lookout for that. And in closing, I will pass it on to the rest of the guys here, starting from Cowboy, all the way to Jeff and Ray and Holt. So you guys put your closing thoughts on the SD as well as your content channel and all your social medias.
Cool. Guys, Stadia Bash Community Network is here to stay. We're going to just do more of what we did last year. We hope to see more people get noticed, get recognized, and do great things. I personally don't care if you get so big and say, I'm moving on to bigger things. That's what we're here for. We're literally, people could look at us like a stepping stone. That's what we're here for. We're just promoting people. I'll use the analogy. I do it all the time. Jennifer Lopez was amazing before no one knew who she was. It's just one day somebody realized who she was, gave her a platform to display her talents, and more people noticed her, and she blew up. And that's it for us. We
Just like
literally just want to be a platform that is a way to have more people view you. Quick analogy, Holtz live sometimes on Tatooine, wherever, and imagine if Spectre lives in Las Vegas, right? And so how would Holtz people ever find Spectre? That probably never happened on YouTube. But through the SBC, Holtz people might just come on the channel for whatever reason and say, oh, I like this dude logo, and watch his content. And next thing you know, he got viewers in another country.
Well, we were saying it was the other day, Cowboys done it just the other day, just to show like the power of people. We were talking about like Queen Reach, and because you're decent guys. He dropped the link in. about 7-10 people subscribed and went over there. Were like, oh yeah, because of they know certain people and they know they might like this content. So in the end, let's all see, let's all just go with it and be part of a bigger community. Follow these guys, the Stadia Bash community, and it could be becoming a creator. You could find your next friend to game with. You could find something to talk about. There's loads of avenues.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, speaking of community too, as well, we do have our Discord. I know it's not the most active as of recent, but we are looking for if you guys want to join. We're looking to make it more active and get more members, especially finding people just to game in general. You don't have to junior too as well. So,
Jeff,
do a quick plug on that. If you guys want to check it out, join us if you want to. If not, we'll keep seeing you guys on the Flash Network also.
Oh, and then my channel is just Now Your Mama Knows, so you guys can catch me there. All of my content is wrapped up in one thing. Just scroll through my playlist, you'll see. But Jeff,
this is me. This is everywhere that's important except TikTok. It's Jeff M. Janak. I joined the Bash. What was it, like May or something? I joined the community, and I streamed off and on, and I had 100 followers or something like that. Mostly people from Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. And then when I joined here, it really kind of took off, and lots of people joining. And sure, I say things that not everybody likes, but yeah, whatever. People been coming to my channel, and I spread it out. I do, I spread my content over TikTok, and I get a lot of viewers up from my retro streams. I do see an uptick after I do some retro streams. People, because I stream it also on Twitch and Facebook, and then people come over and like it over there. So between that and the SBC, allowed me to get monetized. I don't think I probably would have if it wasn't for that. So I want to thank you guys for that, letting me into your little party and doing what we do. And keep, defending Stadia, pushing back the haters. And if you tell me you're quitting, quit. And if you come back,
can't leave it alone, bro.
Jesus Christ, Jeff.
Yes, he is. Ray? Yes, he is.
I am Ray3473, the gaming sideboard. Catch me Mondays. That's when I do my SBC stream. But I also stream. I got love for all gaming, folks. If you don't know that, I stream everything. Stadia. If you look at my content, Stadia is my main platform that I play on mostly. But I'm just here having fun. I consider you guys not just my friends, but like family, like my second family, like brothers, you guys are my brothers. And also some of the sisters out there. Shout out Lena Love, Sandy Beaches, and the ladies as well. And guys, people keep talking about Stadia is gonna die. I remember sitting on panels back in 2019, having somebody across from me. Here we are in 2022, and how many pro games did I wake up to this morning? But anyway, the haters are gonna keep looking stupid because it just keeps going on. And if it dies, it dies. So what? I still got a shitload of games. So I love you guys, and guys, please support us and join us. And if you don't want to join us, watch our content because there's a lot of good things coming. Peace.
Thank you.
Coach, you want to say something else other than?
I'm just no. Once again, as I said this before, I'm just a cloud enthusiasm. It's getting late now. I'm just enthusiastic about cloud, and I just love being part of the community, finding different personalities over the clouds, especially the Stadia network. I've just had so many great laughs, and I've gained so much knowledge in games or people's behaviors in the community, and I'm looking forward to see how the service Stadia evolves, and also the SBC as well. I would love to sit there and talk to the existing panels or the new games or content creators that would actually join. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you, and this time I can actually say hi to all of you because I've got a display. So feel free that if you want to say hi on Twitter or you want to say hi in a chat, feel free, and I'm all happy to say hi. And I hope that these guys and myself, we can all be a positive influence to actually join. We're not all toxic. So
just Jeff, the troll.
But yeah.
Well, with that being said, from all of us here, SBC and beyond, and honorary friends as well. Thank you guys so much for being part of the ride. It's been a crazy 2020, and 2021 is the start. So a toast to new beginnings and new content going forward, and we're always going to be here. So thank you guys so much, and I hope everybody has a great new year, and we'll see you next time on the next stream. So we will see you guys. Thank you again. Really appreciate everybody.
All right.